Hello, everyone! I'm so excited to see all of you here today. We've got a really fun event. Julia and I have been planning lots of fun today, and for all of you Papertrey fans, it's going to be just something like we've never done before. So I was just thinking that we needed to do something fun on this Black Friday. Sometimes Black Friday can get a little bit overwhelming, but I know we're all looking for sales, and if you're a Papertrey lover, today is your day. So we are going to have some fun. We are going to start out with the new release, and we are going to go through a card making event with that. So we're going to do the new release. We're going to give away prizes. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of a D-stash box that I will be selling at some point. And we're just going to have tons of fun. And then, not only that, we've got Melissa, Susie, Julie, they're all going to do projects. They are going to use some of the older products from Papertrey Ink. And Susie and I are going to create a snowflake card at the same time. We're not going to create the same card. We're going to kind of do our own version of snowflakes so you can kind of see our two styles together. So we plan to be here till at least 3 today, maybe 4. The sale will last till 1 hour after this broadcast, and then it is cut off, okay? So make sure that if you are watching and wanting to catch the sale, if you leave the stream, make sure you check back in and you know what your time is to shop, or feel free to shop throughout the day. Hi, Melanie and Tamara. It's so good to have all of you here. I'm so glad y'all are popping in. As I was telling them, I just want to make sure everybody knows the plan. The plan is we've got 4 different things going on here. We got number 1, I'll do the new release. I'm going to show you the new release. I'm going to do a project that I did for the new release that's super fun. And then we're going to start sales giveaways every hour. We're going to give away 2 $50 gift cards. I mean, thank you, Julie. Make sure y'all tell Julie thank you. That is very generous of her small business to do that. We're going to have amazing sales, and then we're going to show you some of the products that are on sale when Melissa, Susie, and Julie do some products for you. So you'll get to see some of the older things at Papertrey as well, which are amazing and sometimes just get kind of lost in the shuffle. So I want to make sure that y'all know all the crazy things that they have and make sure to support their business today on Black Friday. So what I will do is I'm going to switch to the overhead camera and start showing you the new release, because if you haven't caught that yet, that came out this week. And so we'll start with that. Today, it's just me and Julie kind of running behind the scenes. So if something happens and we have to change things up, I'll try to give you what's going on and what the plan is. But as of right now, hopefully we've practiced interviewing these people, and I've got them coming in on the stream, and so far it's working. So let's just hope it works in real time. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera on my overhead so that you can get a little glimpse. I'm going to pop myself up in this little corner here, and that way you can kind of get a glimpse of this new release. I am obsessed with these new cover plates, and I did quite a few cards with the cover plates. So if you don't know what a cover plate is, it's basically a quick way to make a card. It's got the whole front, it's got the pieces that you can use inside this window, and it gives you a lot of unique opportunities to create fast cards, especially if you're running behind. It gives you an opportunity to do things like shaker cards, which are really easy. And I have made some really fun projects with those, and we're going to make the snowman. So this one I think is so adorable. We're going to do this card today live. I have created another version of this card and these other 3 that will be on a pre-recorded video on Friday. So there will be more information and more fun stuff coming out on my channel. So we're going to be using this adorable snowman. Look at this little guy, and lots of fun stuff. Hey everybody, hi Bo, good to see you, and Arlene, so exciting. And so she put out, I'm sorry I got that one upside down. She put out Let It Snow ornaments. This one is Peace on Earth, and then the snowmen this time, which is really nice. And then she also put out tags that go with these. So it's really cute. You could create like a whole packaging thing, because this tag goes great with the Let It Snow cover plate. And then you've got this, which actually I think fits behind the tags if you want to use it. I'm sorry, some of these are upside down. And then you've got the coordinating tag that goes with our snowman that we're going to be making today. You have a coordinating tag for those ornaments. I mean, I can just see all of this just wrapped up and looking amazing. Then you have the Peace on Earth, which was the other one that we showed. I love this stamp set. I'm sure that I will do a video at some point on this stamp set, but I love how it's arched like this, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Basically, all you need to do is stamp that, stamp your tree, maybe make a little fun background. Super fast and easy. The verse this time is Isaiah 40, the grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God will stand forever. So that's the reflections this time. I love the alphabet. It looks so cute. I think that's really, really fun. So I love this little alphabet that came out. And then this, I know you can't see it great here, but this is perfect for those tags. It's called This is Big Sentiments Christmas Tags Die Collection. Let me try to show you here. If you can read those. Look at those fonts and how cute they would be on tags. I love this To From. Super cute font. Really, really fun. So the other thing that I thought was amazing is this layering stamp. This is that layering pine cone. I believe I saw, I'm trying to remember if Melissa made one of those or not, but there was one on Instagram that looked really cool. So today, let me show you the cards that I've already made, and then we will start making with this new release. So today, Papertrey has kind of like a 3-tiered sale. And we will go over that as we talk and talk about some of the things that are on the sale. When Melissa takes over the screen, I will be backstage. I may pop in and help her answer questions. I'll definitely be chatting with you. So if you have questions at that time specifically for me, feel free. I will be in the chat during Melissa's presentation, which will be next. And of course, learning from her as well, but also just doing all of the backside and helping everything. So if you have questions, that's fine. I will have Julie. I'm going to make sure Julie, will you pop up in the stream and go ahead and give them my affiliate link to Papertrey if they just start shopping, or if they just want to go ahead and click that in case they're going to start filling up their basket. And then I'm going to show some cards. These are going to be in a video on Friday, but we're going to make a version of these today. So the new release, so Cat Scrapper says, is the new release on sale. So what she has decided to do is there is a special coupon code that is going to cover the new release. So basically, everything on the site will be on sale. The new release will be 10% off. We're going to have a category of 25% off. And then we're going to have a category of 50% off. The things that Melissa, Susie, Julie will be using are going to be in that 50% category. I don't know if every single thing they use, but we'll bring it up and I'll pop it in the chat for you so that you know. So there will be a link where you can find all of those products, and Julie will probably pop that in a little bit so that you can go directly to where she's linked those. I think she's going to wait a little bit later in the stream. This from Papertrey right there is my affiliate link. So if you will just put that in so that if you're shopping, you use an affiliate link, that would be great. Melissa, I don't think uses affiliate links. And so if you just don't mind using mine, that would be great. Now look at these cards, okay? Look at this new release. I have got to tell you a few things about these because this is going to be a video on Friday that you need to see. Let me set this down. Okay, these are all the cover plates, okay? I did not do Peace on Earth, but I did the other 3. This one is the ornaments, and look at how cute and just beautiful sparkly paper. I mean, it's just so simple, so easy, really good. Okay, so she just said link does not work. I'm going to see. I don't know who just said that, but will you try that again and see? Whoever's clicking on it, the link will take you to the Papertrey site is what it should do. If it's not working, I'll fix it when I'm off screen and Melissa's working. This is the beautiful snowman. So I am kind of going with the theme of use up all of my sparkly things that are a lot older that I have been holding on to and just dealing with. So I'm going to create a version of this card in a different color today. And then this one, you will not believe, this card is what you must see on the video. I used the plate in a different way. I actually spilled silver all over it and recovered it and still made it very good. Okay, so Cat Scrapper says that link does not work. I'm sorry. You can just, Julie, do you mind seeing if in the description I put a different affiliate link, if I've got my affiliate link in the description of the video? We'll check on that. We'll work on that. Okay, so today we're going to be using this one from the new release. And Let's see what kind of fun stuff we're going to use with it. What I decided was I wanted to use these embellishments. These are some older cat scrappiness embellishments, and they're so beautiful, and I don't want to keep hoarding them in my drawer. So we're going to create a gorgeous blue landscape based on the fact that I wanted to use these, okay? And Papertrey has some gorgeous cardstock. Their cardstock, Julie, do you mind popping what the cardstock's going to be on sale for today? I feel like the cardstock is possibly 10% off. She'll pop that in for you. Cardstock's on sale too, and they have amazing cardstock. So we're going to be using a couple of colors. We're going to use Enchanted Evening, which is this one. We're going to use Blueberry Sky. I'm going to use this orange, which I don't actually know what the color name is. That's just going to be for the little carrot nose. So we're going to create an entire bluescape card, and we are going to play with this snowman. I'm going to use some glitter paper. We're going to have fun. Yes, Amy, there are discounts on the new release. It's going to be 10%. And once we get the link working, if somebody can, I think Julie's going to check and try to get my affiliate link. Once we get my affiliate link working, I'll talk to you about what the new release is. The new release is going to be 10% off, but there is a special code. Okay, so you'll have to put in a code for it when you're shopping. Okay, so let's get started on making some snowmen, and I'll try to catch up on the chat and make sure that I've got everything taken care of. How is it going out there? All right, did everybody have a great Thanksgiving? I sure hope so. I hope that it was amazing. I'm going to do the snowman and the snow in this glitter cardstock, which is an Altenew Moonstone. It's just a white, one of the few white glitters I have. Works really well. So we're going to cut out these couple pieces. I've cut out some of the small pieces already, but I want to show you how this card's going to come together. We'll go ahead and cut this out. Tina says it's a day packed of crafting. Woohoo! Okay, Emma says her cart is ready. Emma, did that link work that she put in the chat? Did it work for you? Hey, Joyce, thanks for asking. My Thanksgiving was good. I did a lot of traveling yesterday. I spent about 7 hours in the car. So look at these beautiful glitters. Oh my goodness. Okay, he does have a little bit of detail in his smile and on this edge, and I'm going to use a pen to fill that in since it's solid white right here. So we're going to use that, and then let's work a little bit on some of these pieces. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit on the background so that we can get that covered. So we've got our glitter pieces. We'll set those aside. We're going to use Enchanted Evening as the background, and I've already cut this piece. This piece, it doesn't really matter too much what color you cut this because you have the dies that cover it up. So it's up to you if you want it to match the background or not. You can do whatever you want to. I'm going to add just a smidge of ink blending to it, and I think I'm going to add some white splatter on the back so that it looks like it's snowing with these amazing little embellishments right here. Thank you, Brenda. Good. I'm so glad to have all of you here today. I figured it was one of those things where everybody could show up or we'd have nobody. I just was hoping that it would be a good, fun Papertrey party. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of black soot to the edge of this and a little bit to this just so it matches. So let me grab my trusty sticky mat. And we'll just add a little bit to the edges, add a little bit of splatter, and then we're going to get all the pieces together. So this won't be too long because these things really are pretty fast. And then we've got Melissa who'll be on doing something amazing, of course, because all of her stuff's amazing. All right, so let me get a little bit of black soot around the edges. Thanks, Brenda. I appreciate that. And hi, Martha. Are any of you new? Okay, so Papertrey said, no, the link is not working. Do I want to take a second to fix it? Okay, here's what I'll do is I will, I'm not sure how I can fix it without, let me see if I can do it. Hang on. Let me see if I can text it to her. If y'all don't care, just really quick, hang on. Live stream. It may take me just a second, so y'all just, if you don't care, just hold on one really quick second. That way y'all can get to shop and then we can drop that in there. I'm sorry. Of course it's not working because I'm the only one running it back here. Okay, let me try this one. Command C. Okay. I am going to send that hopefully to you. Sorry, Julie. I just sent it to you, Julie. So if you will see what you think. Okay, sorry guys. I told you we're running it back here, so you never know what's gonna happen. I'm trying to get that link working. Okay, so that y'all can get to shopping. Has anybody what's been your favorite from the new release so far? Have you been watching, or you been just kind of overwhelmed with other Black Friday sales? I'd love to hear what was your fave. I love these snowmen, but I'm also a huge fan of snowflakes. So I'm really happy that Susie and I will be creating some snowflake cards. I've already seen a preview of hers. I've seen a preview of Melissa's, and y'all are in for a treat. So it's going to be real fun. Susie's going to make kind of like a stair stepper type card. It'll be really cool. So, okay, thank you. All right, so just a little bit of black, just to kind of give it some color. I'm gonna do the same thing kind of around this edge, and I'm really just gonna use just a little bit around the edge. It's just to kind of make sure it matches. I like having that like spotlight in the middle, and you're really only gonna see these little edges right through here and maybe a little bit below the snow. So I'm just going around the edges, adding a little bit of black soot, not doing anything major, just a little bit. You know, I can't leave it completely empty there. Okay, that works. Okay, it's Papertrey, so that link works. Yay! Okay, so Papertrey, whenever you are ready, feel free to drop in the link for the new release so that people have that code. And then, of course, like I said, we're going to be doing 50% off some of the older stuff. We will get you a link to that in just a minute. Okay. So I'm going to add some white splatter. I'm going to be using Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. A little bit of water, and my trusty brush, and an acrylic block. So I just tend to put my little white splatter on an acrylic block. So we'll get this, and that way this is drying, and then we can assemble our little snow guys here. Sorry, so I use the end of the paintbrush and just put a little bit on here. It doesn't really take much. But it's just so beautiful how the white shows up on that navy, and it'll just kind of make everything pop a little bit. So I'm going to add some water to my brush. Oh, that's cool. Tissue box series. That's a cool idea. You're going to make tissue boxes. Okay, so I've got this. We're just going to add some splatter. Just a little bit of extra. So we're going to create some snow here, just with some little bit of tapping. Do some little splatter and some bigger splatter. Give myself a little bit more water. I think that looks amazing. Okay, so we got our little snowy background. I'm gonna let that dry. Okay, I saw something. Yes, I agree, he does. Oh, good. Emma, thank you for showing up live. I appreciate that so much. I'm so glad to have you here. And I'm going to clean up my mess real quick just so I don't leave paint sitting here. And then we are going, hi. Oh, Carol's new too. Awesome. Awesome. So Julie from Papertrey has popped in the link for my affiliate link. It's now working. So make sure if you're thinking about shopping at all, go ahead and just click it so that it does mark that. It just helps to know who's coming from the live stream. If somebody's not coming from the live stream, it just helps us out. And of course, it helps me out too. It gives me a little small commission, which is awesome. All right, so here we go. This is all cleaned up. Let's work on our cute little pieces here. So we got our snowman. I'm going to show you what I did to create a little bit of this face. I used a teeny tiny black marker, and I'm going to put black dots where the smile is, okay? And oh yeah, happy day after Thanksgiving. Those new cover plates are just awesome. I think they're great. I realized I needed to wipe my desk down too. And my hand, look at that. Hang on, I'm creating a mess here. I needed to do a little bit more. Y'all can tell it's a crazy day here, so we're just gonna clean up all this paint really quick, which I keep getting on my hands, before we accidentally get it on something we don't want to. So yeah, I've seen, tell me everybody who, like, where are you from? Where are you popping in from today? I'd love to hear, like, who traveled the farthest for a Thanksgiving? Are you out of town still? All that. Tell me all what's going on while I clean up my mess here. Oh, hey, good. Thanks, Krista. That's so nice to see you. So I'm Nikki. I have been with Papertrey, doing stuff with Papertrey for about a year. I love shakers. I love just trying to use things in new ways. So if you haven't seen my videos, we do a lot of experimenting, which is fun. Oh, we got somebody all the way from Maine. That's awesome. Okay. Contact HR. She's cracking me up. Okay. So we're going to add this black pen. It's a fine liner pen, and there are dots, and I don't know if I can zoom in enough to show this to you, but there are dots created. Do you see those little dots? I know, they're super tiny, but you can kind of feel them, and I'm gonna have to lean down to be able to see them. But I'm gonna put some little dots. This is really hard to do live, but I'm just gonna go along those and just put like a little bit of darkness there. So just dab my pen in the dots. Okay, and if you also just wanna wing it, that's fine. Just go about like that. Okay, see how my guy's got a little smile? I might give him one more. Can you see his little smile now? Okay, so we don't have any dyes for that, and it's nice to kind of make it show up. Oh yeah, Westmoreland, Tennessee. I know exactly where that is, Michelle. I'm from Nashville, so I know where Westmoreland is. All right, so let's do a little bit. We've got these two that are kind of taken care of. Let's do a little bit of a plan for this card. I want to use this blueberry sky. I want this to be our scarf and hat, so it kind of shows up on our dark blue. I also would like to use some more glitter cardstock. So I found this sapphire glitter cardstock. This is the only blue that I had. Yes, the discount is 10% off the new release. We are going to have 25% category and a 50% category as well. I think that's right, Julie. Julie will correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. This has all been, we've been trying to get this together. I know Julie's been up super late, but I love this for the big sentiment, the believe. And I think I'm going to also do the little gloves. If I can get them off here. I'm going to do the little pair of gloves to highlight that. I think I'm going to do the edge of the scarf. This is like the end of the scarf. I just like to kind of spread that little sparkle out. And maybe the top of the hat with the blue sparkle, okay? So we're going to send these things through and get our blue colors. And the reason I'm going with this dark navy too is the same thing. This sequin mix has all those colors in it. And so it's the whole inspiration. I thought, okay, I'm going to go light blue, dark blue. We're going to use some white, a little bit of shimmery stuff, and we're going to match this perfectly. Yeah, we're basically neighbors. That's awesome, Michelle. So I grew up in Nashville, and now I live in Knoxville. So, all right, I'm going to dump these off just so I can cut a little piece and make it smaller. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Always save your glitter paper. You can use teeny tiny pieces like we're going to do on this. We're going to do our sentiment, and with glitter paper, sometimes you need a little extra pressure to cut it out. So I am going to put some scrap paper over this to try to help me kind of cut these pieces out. And I'm trying to save as much glitter paper as I can here. So I'm going to use a piece of spare cardstock, which is actually on the ground. So I've got to grab that. Oh, Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Oh my goodness, a blizzard. Susan's had a blizzard. Yes, there'll be a coupon. So there will be a page for the 50% off. So there's going to be an actual page link to the 50% off. And that is all that you'll need. She said the only coupon code you'll need is Black Friday 25. That's the one that gives you an additional 10% off your entire order on top of all these sales she's doing. So really thank Julie there. I know this is a lot for her, and I am so excited that y'all are getting to have the chance to get these amazing deals like you haven't ever from Papertrey. So that's cool. All right, so let me send this through. We'll cut some glitter cardstock, and then, yeah, she's got 10% off your entire order till 5 p.m. Thank you. We're assuming we will end here right around 4. So you've got that as an option. And then there's going to be a link to all the things that are 50% off. If you want to put that in there now, that's fine, Julie. You can put a link in. And then, Julie, feel free to remind me when I'm getting to like a half hour, we will do giveaways every half hour for $50 gift card. You have to be present to win, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you a question and you're gonna reply, and Julie's gonna pick somebody from those replies so we know that you make sure, that we make sure that you're here. Because that's one of those things where sometimes it's hard to get people to claim them because they weren't in the stream and they don't go back, and you can't rewatch the chat for like 24 hours anyway. Okay, look at these gloves. Oh my goodness. Okay, they are so cute. So we've got our beautiful navy. Let me show you here. Look at how this is gonna look. I'm gonna put it over that. We're gonna have a beautiful navy. We're gonna have it over our background, which is sitting over there. So we'll have this beautiful believe right here. Look at that, okay. And then we will have these cute little hand warmers here, or mittens, I guess you would say. Not hand warmers go inside mittens. So we got some cute mittens. We got the end of our scarf. Sorry, sometimes he's hard to get off there. The top of our hat and the end of the scarf, okay? Because I was trying to keep it to minimal ink blending. We will do just a smidge of ink blending, but not much, okay? Because we're gonna use some light colors. So these are kind of like the highlight areas for these cute little hats and scarves. So let me get you a hat and scarf. And I already cut out the little buttons and all that. So we're gonna need a hat and scarf. These are gonna be the ones that we'll do a little bit of ink blending, and we'll do them a lighter blue. So let me put some of these pieces back. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much. The snowman die is called Cover Plate Snowman Die Collection. That's what I'm using right now. There's a smaller one that is a tag as well. If you decide you want to do tags and you want to have a smaller version, there is a little smaller one that's a tag. I think it's just called Snowman Tag. Yeah, this new release is amazing. And I love that it's like basically a pre-planned card for you. You don't have to do a whole lot of stuff. So here's the other blue that we're going to use. This one is called Blueberry Sky, and they have a coordinating ink with this. Here's the coordinating ink, okay? All right, so we are going to cut out these two, and then we're going to add just a little bit of ink blending, and then we will put together this adorable card. So this is going to be a shaker card. If you haven't done one of those before, I will take you through the details. Okay, I think we're at close to half hour, so I'm going to start thinking of what question I'm going to ask y'all, and we will go from there. Okay, so I'm going to cut these out, and then we will be able to kind of start assembling this card. So look at how pretty that blue is with this. This one's called Enchanted Evening. This one's called Blueberry Sky. And the cardstock is on sale. I think she said it was, did she say it was 25% off? I'm sorry, sometimes I can't keep up. I know, I love that there's matching tags as well, Brenda. It's a very fun thing. Okay. I've got my question for you for the first giveaway, okay? So Julie will pick the giveaway winner, but you need to answer this question to be entered. Tell me, how many inches of snow is the biggest snow that you've ever been through? It doesn't have to be at your house. It's just that you've been there and it was a huge snow. I want to know how many inches or feet of snow you've seen at one time in your life. So tell me that in the chat, and then Julie will scroll through that and randomly pick somebody for the first $50 gift card. Make sure if you're here that you hit the thumbs up. Okay, that helps people see this on replay. And Papertrey said she's already, I think she got it. Did she get it? Is that Beth? Oh, she's talking to somebody else. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Okay, so people are putting in, ooh, 3 feet in Minnesota, a foot, 6 feet, 3 feet. Awesome. 12 inches of snow in Colorado. Yes, I know. 36 inches, a foot or less. Okay. I think I have seen 3 feet, 3 to 4 feet max is what I've seen when I lived for a short time in Iowa. Yeah, that is really great. Those are awesome. So, Papertrey, will you pick somebody from all these people giving the answers and then announce it in the chat? Okay, I'm gonna set these guys aside. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little bit of ink blending on our scarf. I'm gonna put my Believe aside. Sorry, I have to stick these things back down to it. We'll do a little bit of blending on this with that blueberry. I'm just gonna use the coordinating ink. We may do a little bit of darker on it. I'm just gonna go in with a small brush and we're gonna add just a little bit of detail right here that just really makes the card very cute. So we're gonna use Blueberry Sky, okay? And we're gonna use a small brush just to add a little bit of detail. No snow here, okay. All right, and Papertrey, whenever you pick the winner, just pop it up once you've gotten enough answers. We're on a little bit of a delay, so sometimes I can't tell. Oh, almost birthday month for Emma. That's exciting. You see, I'm going around these edges just to give it like kind of that a little bit of light in the middle and a little bit of change of color, basically. I just like to give like a little bit of something there. And this one I got a little bit dark. I'll spread that out with this one a little bit. Going fast, so sometimes my ink blending's not perfect. Yeah, I like that it's like, it reminds me of a snow blue, this blueberry sky. Yeah, blue cardstock. Papertrey has some really good, I really love their navy, and I love this color that it's just perfect with the navy. Look at how good these are gonna look together. I'm just adding a little bit more of this blueberry sky here just to give it a little bit of stuff. I think I saw Tiffany in there. 13 feet. Somebody's seen 13 feet of snow? Oh my goodness. Hi, Tiffany. Thank you for stopping in. We are making quick cards and we're having interviews and all kinds of stuff today. So it's going to be a crazy day. It'll be really fun. So if you are popping in, I know we're getting more people popping in. Just FYI, we're going to give away something um, every 30 minutes, you get a giveaway pretty much. All right, so Klein2025, you're the winner of the first $50 gift certificate. So make sure you contact Papertrey Ink. She'll put in, I think she puts her email address in there for you, but you need to contact her. It's amazing how many people forget to contact her, and we have no way to contact you through YouTube. So just contact her, tell her big thing, Nicki's live stream gift card winner, and she will get that to you. I think I'm going to do just a little bit more on this, just a little darker on those edges so you can see great on camera. So we're going through here, just adding a little bit more. Congrats, yes. So super exciting. So like I was saying earlier, there is 10% off your entire purchase today. And that code is in the chat. I can't pop it up, but I believe it's Black Friday 25. And that you can add, that's the only coupon code you'll need to add. There will be a special page for the 50% off. So hang in there. We'll get you that in a minute. Okay, you see how I just gave it some different color? It's not perfect, but it works. And it's never like, you know, perfect, but you're going to see what it looks like on a card. It's going to be amazing. Just having that little extra change of color. So look at the difference when you add some ink blending versus not. This hat, most of this is going to be white. I actually forgot to cut the bottom white part, white or navy. So I only need to ink blend right here, okay? So like I said, this card is very minimal on the ink blending. Okay, so just a little bit, just to kind of get a change of color. All right, and the two pieces that go with this, we've already cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and glue on or And here are the pieces that are going to go with these so we can decide what we need to do. So we've got this little bitty scarf. This is the bottom of the scarf, and it's just going to be a little bitty navy piece. I would suggest, since it's glitter cardstock, putting a little small area of adhesive here and then sticking it versus glue. It's just sometimes harder to get the glue to work with the with glitter cardstock. So I feel like going with a little stripe of adhesive right here is probably going to be easier on you. So we will add that. Oops, I pulled a little bit of that off. Yeah, ink blending definitely does make a difference. I agree. Melissa, who's next, does some amazing like ink blending and ink splatter. Love her stuff. Okay, look at how cute this looks. He's got like a little frilly end to his scarf. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside. We'll go ahead and do the one that goes on this. I think I'm gonna do navy on the top, or maybe I should do a navy stripe here and do a white on the top. We'll ponder on the hat. I might need to cut a different one out on that one because I think that might look great. Okay, let's go ahead and set up. We're gonna need to make our, before we start gluing and sticking things on, I'm gonna go ahead and make this into a shaker card. So we're gonna need some foam tape. We're gonna need some acetate, and we'll get that part ready. Then we'll attach everything to it and add it to our background. So I'm going to use this foam strips here from scrapbook.com. Yeah. And I just have a pre-cut piece of acetate that is made as an A2 size. So I may have to trim some edges if I don't line it up exactly. Yeah, it needs just a little bit less on each side. So I'm going to cut just a smidge. I'm just freehanding it. Just a smidge off each one. We may still have to do a little trimming, but we'll see. Okay, so get rid of those. We need to attach our window first. So this is going to be the window to our card. So we need double-sided adhesive, and you could probably do a 1/4 of an inch here. It'd be cutting it close, but you could also just do the 1/8 inch double-sided adhesive. I'm going to do 1/8 inch just to make it easy. Yeah, the blues are very pretty. So we're just going to attach the acetate and put a couple right here. And I'm really going to do a couple on this too, just to make sure it stays nice and flat against the acetate. You don't want to use glue doing this because it will squeeze out onto your window and can make little glue dots. So I tend to use a double-sided adhesive when I'm doing this. And this one works really well because it's only like 1/8 of an inch, so it fits on these frames really well. Okay, so you can put some on this if you want to. I'm not going to worry about the believe right now. I might do, okay, we'll go ahead and peel that off and put the acetate on. Let me see if there's any questions. Yay for skinny tape. Yeah, it's always good to have skinny tape in your arsenal. Let's see what else we got. No snow in California, except a tiny bit in the mountains. Nice. We don't have any snow yet, but it definitely got very cold here today. We had a nice cold front it's about 30 degrees in Tennessee right now. I don't know what it is where y'all are. I wonder if anybody's getting some snow right now. I don't mind the snow. I don't want it all the time, but I really think it's quite beautiful. And I don't mind having an occasional snow day. Never hurts. Okay, so we've got this. Just in case somebody hasn't made a shaker card, this is acetate. This could be a piece of scrap plastic, whatever you want. We've got double-sided adhesive right here. And then I'm going to attach it, okay? So I've already taken the backing off of my double-sided adhesive. And I'm going to attach the acetate as carefully as I can. Hang on. Just trying to make sure I get it lined up. And then it covers the whole window. Okay, there you go. So now we have a window. Can you see that? So there's a window here. I can put all of my die cutting on the front, and then we will build this up so that we can create a shaker on the back. So while we're doing that, ooh, 24 inches. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. So if you are just popping into the stream, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure that you know that we're having a 10% off code for the entire site, plus additional 50% off codes off some dies, and that will be revealed in just a little bit. Yeah, it seems like, yeah, it does seem to silence everything. It's just calming, snow is, I think, as long as you're not having to drive in it. And then we are going to do, this is going to be the frame. So these are foam adhesives. So let's see if you can tell. But it's basically double-sided foam adhesive, and it comes in strips. And I like this for a quick shaker card because you can just peel it off, its backing, and then start going around your card with this. Now I'm going to do, you want it to be where you can't see it, so I'm going to make a frame. You'll see that I make a frame with this, and I'm going to use scissors to trim it. You can tear it. It's just a little bit neater if you use your scissors and you get a nicer edge. I'm going to create the bottom of the shaker window right here, and that's so that I don't have to put as many shaker bits in it, because if I create the bottom of the window right here, you need that much more. Okay, so Papertrey's throwing in what the deal is so far. When Melissa gets on here, we're going to start showing you what the 50% off items are. There's a special link to a page for that. And Julie is working on getting that, I'm sure, active. Let's see if this fits. Does that fit perfectly? No, it doesn't fit perfectly. And you see how I've got like a little spot right here where it's open? Things are going to fall through that. So you want to make sure that you close any gaps. So I'm going to use this little piece to close a gap. And then I'm just going to add, just so the card doesn't fall, I'm just going to add a little bit right here. But this isn't holding anything in. That's just holding stuff. That's just keeping the card nice and flat and nice. Okay, so here is this. Make sure I go all the way across. And when you trim, you want to make sure that you can tuck in this little edge. So make it just a little bit longer and try to tuck that edge in so that nothing can get past it, okay? Because this is now a solid box that will hold all those shakers in. Yes, so Beth says, if you want to heat emboss on acetate, do you need to use an anti-static pouch? Yes, definitely, because acetate is super staticky, and it's very, it can be a little bit difficult. Like I think that I always use it and then just wipe it off. You can always wipe it off. You'll see I'm going to use anti-static powder inside this, and I am going to then wipe off the actual window. So this is what, so before you decide you're doing the shaker bits that you're doing, you need to kind of check the height and see if they have enough room to move. I want mine to really shake around. They could fit in this height, which is about 2 millimeters, but I'm going to do a second level just to give it more room so that there's more room for those shaker pieces to be in there. I want to put a lot of them in there because, like I said, I'm trying to kind of use up my stash. And so I will definitely put those. I think I'm going to do one more layer. Let me get these off of here though, because I just want to make sure that it all fits. It's not necessary if you were doing a less amount of shaker bits, or if your shakers or bits are all flat, but these have a little bit of a lip to them. So I'm going to create a second level, which means I'm going to take all the adhesive backing off and start making this same shape again with another level of those strips. Yeah. So yeah, if you have a question, make sure you pop it up in large, like you can do all caps, and that helps me to see it. Okay, so let's put our second layer on here. And I will feel the background and see how that background's feeling. Let's see if it's dry yet. Yeah, the background's pretty much dry. So we'll have it, we'll put it on this once we get our second layer. So let's do another layer of these strips. I've got one started here. So we can go here to here. And this is just a matter of going back over it a few times. Here to here. And I've got this extra little piece, so I'm just going to stick it on top of that. Doesn't have to be perfect down there. The part that needs to be perfect is the window. The rest you can just stick scraps on just so that it's the same height. Yeah, so I'm going to double layer it. Here we go. It is a little bit hard to double layer because you've already got a sticky part. So you got to kind of like do your sticking with, your fingers are going to get a little stuck. Okay, so I'm going to do this, boom. And this one is long enough to go across the top, so let's go ahead and get it ready. And the double layer is where it's even more important to make sure you use your anti-static stuff to keep things from sticking to the edges. So, because you might not put these perfectly on top of each other, and the sides of foam tape is a little bit sticky sometimes. Yeah, that shaker mix. I don't know if it's still around. I'm sure you can find something like it, but it's from Cat Scrappiness. I was on her design team when I first started card making, and it's just been, I haven't used it, I think because I thought it was too pretty. And so now I'm on a mission to like use things that I haven't used. So that is why I picked that one. Plus it matches this Enchanted Evening so well. Okay, so now we got a double layer. Can you see how that's thicker? Got double layers of this for our shaker bits. Okay. All right, and then we got our background. So what we're gonna do is make sure I can see a little bit of this white right here. So I'm gonna move this one over just a smidge. It might just be the release paper. But look how my window looks. Ooh, it looks so nice. So let's go ahead and put our shaker bits in here. And I'll show you what I do. I'm gonna use all of these because like I said, I'm trying to create a big shaker card. Thank you, that's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna have shaker bits everywhere, okay? Dumping them out. And let's see if I can fit all of them in there with our double layer. So I kind of move mine towards the middle of my paper because I don't put them in the window and then try to flip things over. I put them on the paper and then I'm going to place the window over them. So you can always kind of see, is it going to fit? Does it need to spread out a little bit more? It's quite a pile. So I'm kind of spreading it out. So if any of you are new to my channel, I do a thing where I do these stash boxes every so often and I sell those. And I'm going to do one during this live that's for sale. Usually it's only people on my newsletter list. And so I was just going to kind of give you all the opportunity to, if you decide you want to get one, you can do that. So just know that's coming soon too. Okay, I'm going to use this as my powder tool because it has a super small end. And so I can brush inside to keep that stickiness off, okay? So you want to take your brush along the inside edge, okay? You want that to not be sticky anymore. And it, you know, there still can be some places, but you're brushing a powder over it so that all of your shaker pieces stay in the middle and don't go to the sides. So, all righty. So I would love to hear in the chat, how far did you travel for your Thanksgiving plans yesterday? I'd like to see who went the furthest for Thanksgiving, and did they make it back in time for Black Friday at their house today, or are they watching remote? Okay, so now after you've used this one's called the EK Success powder tool. I just like that it has a brush. I don't use it for everything, but I use it for shaker cards. I'm gonna run my finger along this, and if I feel a spot that feels sticky to me, I'm gonna add some more, okay? So I'm just using my finger and making sure that everything there seems smooth and not sticky. So really check your corners, okay? All that seems good. And I didn't brush my powder in the main part, but I usually still take a little microfiber and just make sure that I've got a nice clean window, okay? Kitchen. Oh, good, y'all didn't have to travel, good. 10 miles. Yeah, good afternoon. Hi, Esmeralda. If you're new, definitely check out the chat. We are doing a 10% off the entire site of Papertrey. We are also doing a 50% off section, which we are going to start when Melissa comes on. Melissa will be the next presenter, and if you haven't seen her cards, they are simply amazing. So she will be on. She'll take over the stream for a little while. Then Julie from Papertrey is going to create on the screen, and then I'm coming back with Susie. Okay, oh, stayed home all day. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. This is sticky now. Everything's ready. I need to place it. So you may see the top of my head because I'm going to try to place this as carefully as I can because it's sticky. And I want to make sure that it closes around all of these pieces. Okay, I think we got it first try. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at how awesome that looks. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is gonna be great. Just imagine our cute little guy. We gotta put our little snowman on here. Oh man, it's gonna look good. Okay, let's get the rest of him done so that y'all can see that, okay? So I love the sound it makes. I don't know if you can hear it, but I love that sound. Okay, so it looks awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and I can go ahead and put believe on top of here. I am going to use a little bit of glue to do believe, and I'm just gonna try to be really careful. You could use a runner, or if you had like a Xeron machine or something that you could make this sticky on the back. I just don't currently have, I'm out of my runners that would work. And so I'm gonna use glue and chance it, okay? Here we go, we're gonna chance it. And so just teeny, teeny, teeny amounts of glue. And then we will build our little snowman, okay? So teeny amounts of glue. Just little dots on this believe. And you don't have to do the extra layer of this believe, but I liked adding, I'm trying to add sparkle all over this card. So using this sapphire glitter cardstock looks really good with these two. This glitter cardstock is actually from Altenew, but it matches the evening, enchanted evening paper from Papertrey, which if you are new to Papertrey, make sure you try out their cardstock. It's on sale today too, and this navy is a really nice navy. Okay, so here we go. Start with parts of it and just slowly stick it to this other one. Probably gonna need something to hold it there. Okay, so once I get that stuck, I'm gonna use a acrylic block or unacrylic block to hold it. Okay, that way it'll stick, and then we can start working on our little snowman. So snowman here, we've got this, we've got our snow for him. Let's go ahead and put his scarf on, which I'm gonna do with some double-sided adhesive because that just seems to work a little bit better with our glitter cardstock. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, if y'all are shopping at any other places, make sure you use my affiliate links. I am, and make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. I do new product releases. I do live streams with Papertrey at least once a month, and a lot of times I do a pre-recorded video for them as well. So make sure that you are subscribed to Nicki Hearts Cards. Make sure you hit the like button. You know, share this with your friends. That always helps. It always helps me. It helps Papertrey. So just make sure you've done that if you're jumping in the screen. Okay, we're gonna add our little scarf to this guy. Gotta pick him up. Okay. Oh man, he's coming together. He looks so cute. Okay, now I did need to cut out his arms. I did not do that yet, so let me get his arms and we'll do just a little bit of ink blending. I don't have a brown paper that I would use for this. So I'm gonna just add a little, I'm gonna cut it out of white and I'm gonna add a little bit of gathered twigs. Okay, so we'll cut this out real quick out of just some white scrap paper and then we'll add a little bit of gathered twigs. Let's see if I've got any scraps in here. It's like you don't want to have to use a whole piece of paper, but at the same time, I want it to make sure it's clear. I'll do this. Papertrey has some really great white cardstock. Let's do it out of that so that you get to see it. Yeah, thank you, Darlene. Thanks so much. Okay, and we've already had one $50 gift card winner. We are giving away $50 gift cards. We're going to do 2 an hour. So as long as we're on here, and that is so generous of Julie. Thank you so much, Julie, for doing that. So you definitely want to see if you are one of the winners of those. And you do have to be here to be a winner. So make sure that you are, when I ask the question and say we're about to do the giveaway, ooh, this is nice, thick cardstock. It's going to be very thick. That's really nice cardstock, Julie. This is the first time I've opened it, as you can see. This is the first time. She just sent it to me recently, so. Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. So this is the white tag stock. Very thick. I would say this is like, I don't know what weight of paper it is, but I would say that's at least 110. Julie may know that, but I would say it's at least 110-pound cardstock. So it's a very significant weight. That'd be easy to make a tag with. Okay, cat sharper, you think it's 80? I think it's heavier than 80, but maybe so. Sometimes the measurements are a little bit weird. So I'm just sending this through. I'll catch up on the chat. So as the chat was rolling by, I saw most people were home for Thanksgiving yesterday. Some traveled a little bit. I traveled to North Carolina. So I traveled about 2.5 to 3 hours both ways yesterday. So I was in the car a lot. But it was good. It was good to see family, and my husband's family lives in North Carolina. So we went over and got a good meal and hung out over there. Just a lot of driving. Okay, so there's our little stick arms. I'm gonna just add a little color to those so that I don't have to find any brown cardstock. See how we're doing. Oh, the white is 100 pound? Okay, that's good to know. Oh yeah, you travel across the living room all the way to the kitchen. That's work too. You probably did a lot of good cooking too, right? I'm gonna get a little sip of water. So if you're new to me here, you definitely want to hit the thumbs up. That helps people see this on replay, and it helps Papertrey, it helps me. So just make sure you hit the thumbs up if you hadn't done that yet. We are having a sale. Papertrey is having a sale on their entire store. So even this new release that I'm working with is 10% off. Okay, so super exciting. Let's put these guys over here. While I'm die cutting, I actually think with this hat, so you've got a little thing here and here. I think that I am going to create the bottom of the hat as blue and the top little poof as white. So let me do that real quick because I just think that would look cute. So here's the bottom part of the hat. It's this little part. Let's do that in blue, and then let's give the top of the hat a white. So I need to cut that out of white cardstock. And then we'll have all our pieces done and be doing good. So let's see how we're doing out there. Okay. All right, so let me cut this real quick. We're getting there. Melissa is planning to be on here in about 30 minutes. So we got time. We're good. This little poof on the top, it's so easy just to use a scrap. So make sure you keep your scraps, okay? Because glitter cardstock using a scrap is real easy to do. Let me see if I can just make this even smaller. Look at how much, I mean, I just need barely a little bit, so I can just kind of cut it off there and do this. So if you are new to my channel, I am Nicki Hearts Cards on all social media. I would love for you to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Have a good lively community there, and love to have you there as well. Oh goodness, a long table with lots of food choices. Ooh, yum. I actually made my grandmother's chocolate meringue pie yesterday. I don't make it as often as I should, but it's always such a treat when I do, because I make the homemade crust and all that stuff, and the kids were super excited. So I had fun making it and got that done. Okay, yeah, I like this little white poof on the top. That'll give us little 3 areas of white glitter cardstock. I also, if you don't ascribe to this, is fine, but I tend to like 3 areas of a color, if at all possible. Just kind of makes the card flow together, I guess you could say. Okay, let's put our hat together. I'm going to do this one. Sorry, I keep losing my tweezers, so I'm gonna keep using different ones. I'm gonna use a little bit of this double-sided adhesive as well on this. So got a cute little hat here. Okay, so have y'all been shopping today? Has anybody started finally shopping? I really hadn't shopped for any Christmas presents till just a little bit this morning, and really I need to look later tonight because this live stream takes a lot of my mental focus today. So, oh my goodness, look at how cute that little, oh, that looks good. That looks really good. Okay, and then we're gonna put on the top, I'm gonna actually do that one with glue. I'm gonna glue on a white poof. So this is gonna look really good against his face and kind of show off that navy color, I think. Sorry. So I'm gonna put on my white poof. So look at his little hat. Oh my goodness. He's coming together so cute. Okay, so we got this. We need our, I'm gonna go ahead and put his eyes and his hat on, and then we will get his little arms ready. So I'm gonna add some double-sided adhesive to this. I'm seeing. Oh, thank you, Mindy. Hey, this is a cute little snowflake from the new Papertrey release, and it's a cover plate. So we're making a shaker card, and then we're making our cute little snowman here. Thanks for popping in, Mindy. I'm sure she's busy today. For some reason, I cannot find the end of this tape. Sorry, guys. When you're live, sometimes it's hard to figure that out. Yeah, the details really do make him so cute. I love that about Papertrey. They do a lot of like adorable details. They do not miss out on the details. So you really only need the tape right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put his little hat on, and then I'll show you his little eyes and buttons that are so cute. I did his eyes in black because it kind of matches what we added with the pen. Where are we? Okay, so I'm going to ask another question because we're about time that we can give away another $50 gift card. Okay, so let me think about what that is going to be. Okay, I got it. When you make a snowman, whenever that was, do you give him what kind of clothing do you put on your snowman that you put in the yard? If you make one, if you're Tiffany and you live in Nevada, you probably don't have any snow. But if you do, if you make a snowman, or when you were a kid, when you made a snowman or snow woman, what did you always put on them? Did you have like a special hat, or did you always use a carrot? I know that we don't always have carrots at our house, so sometimes we use a stick or something for the nose. But I'm curious to see what you used. Oh goodness, he's gonna look so cute. Okay, let's do his little eyes. I cut out his eyes and his two buttons here, and these, and his little nose, okay? So I'm gonna get his carrot here. I'm gonna try to do this with double-sided adhesive as well, just because it's a little bit easier to get things to stick to glitter with double-sided adhesive. So I'm gonna try to just do a little dot of that at least. We'll see if it works. Okay. And then the buttons and stuff, I think I'm gonna use glue dots on the buttons to hold them in place. Okay, so here's his nose. Let's go ahead and get his nose ready. Super cute. Hat and scarf, yeah. Yeah, rock eyes, yeah. Good plan, good plan. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. There is a little indentation for his eyes too, so you kind of know where they are, but I'm also kind of winging it too. See if I can get this guy. And if I was doing this and I wasn't live, I'd probably get way down here, get my face close to it, so I can make sure I put it in the actual indentions, but I think that looks pretty cute. And now he's got two buttons too, so we'll go a button here and a button here. I am going to do these with glue, and I'm going to hold them down. They actually are little miniature buttons. I don't know if you can see that, but they're miniature buttons. Let's see if we can focus in on that. I don't know if you can tell that detail. Okay, so I'll put it right here and right here. All right, and then look at this guy. Isn't he the cutest little snowman? Oh, the dog ate the scarf every year, Arlene. Rocks are a good idea for buttons. Good plan. Okay, so here's this guy. I feel like I'm a little bit off center on those buttons, so I'm going to move them over just a little bit. There, that's more center. Okay, he is so sparkly. Look at this little man. He's so cute. All right, so I'm going to get his arms ready, and then we will start applying him to here, and then we will start hanging out. So let's see. So cute. So Julie, did you pick the next $50 winner, gift card winner yet? Okay, I'm going to put it like right here. I'm going to go ahead and put this part on too. Okay, I'll see when she pops that up. It is so cute, isn't he? He's so cute. Let me put him where y'all can definitely see him. I'm getting the snow ready here. So the snow, I love that this little frame has the little dots around the edges, which just makes it look so cute. don't know if you can see that or not. Sorry, sometimes it doesn't want to focus in on it, but it has those dotted edges, and so does the snow. So it looks really cute. It looks even cuter in person. How about that? Thank you, Cece. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go right about here with my snow. You can do it however you want. Just trying to make sure he fits on there. And I'm gonna have him kind of go right over it a little bit. Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of foam tape to him. But here's how this is looking. We still got these two little arms we need to do, so we're gonna need to put those guys on a sticky mat and add a little bit of gathered twigs. Okay, so it says that Lori Heidenrich, I hope I said that right, 7550. You're the winner of the second $50 gift card. So she's telling you what to do in there. Okay, so you got it. She's telling you what to do, so just follow directions from Julie. And I'm just gonna use a teeny amount of gathered twigs and color these guys. Okay, so we got some brown. If ever you don't have the right color cardstock, just use a little bit of ink. So that's gathered twigs, and we'll make two little twigs. Figure that's the appropriate name for this, gathered twigs, like we gathered our twigs up. Okay, so we got two little arms, boom. Yeah, this is Blueberry Sky cardstock, yes. So Blueberry Sky is the light blue. The dark blue is Enchanted Evening. Okay, so this one is Blueberry Sky. This one is Enchanted Evening. Now I'm gonna give him just a little bit of foam tape because he's going over this, so just like a little teeny amount of foam tape. I'm gonna use, if you didn't know this, foam tape comes in different sizes of height. I'm gonna show you the difference. So, when you're looking at foam tape, there's different sizes. Can you see how that one's like 1 millimeter? And this one is like 3 millimeters. So I'm only gonna use like 1 millimeter because it's just a little bit off because it has to go over that snow. So I'm not gonna use very much because I don't wanna make my card super bulky, but I also wanna make sure, this little scarf. Hang on, his scarf fell off that edge. There we go. But I do want to give him a little bit of height over the snow. So I'm just going to put this in the middle, and I'll give him one kind of on the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue his arms before I glue him down so that they can kind of, well, they'll fit in. It's fine. Actually, it doesn't matter. So that gives him a little bit of height there. Yep, looks good. Okay, let's see how, yes, congratulations, Lori. That's so awesome. And then we're doing, next will be Melissa. She's gonna take over the stream. Assuming that everything works appropriately, she's gonna take over. Melissa has a different style to mine that is so cool. I love it. And I cannot wait to see what she does because she just does really cool stuff. I love her ink blending and splattering, and so I will be watching along, but I'll be in the chat if you need me to ask any questions. So yes, as far as my foam tape, the foam tape that comes in these different levels is from scrapbook.com. I am going to, when I get done with this stream and Melissa's on and I'm in the chat, I will put an exact link to everything that I just used here in this demonstration so that you can see, whether it's from Papertrey or not. I will put that in the description or in the chat so that you can click on these if these still exist or something similar to it, where this glitter cardstock is, and the types of tape and things that I'm using, so that you can make sure that you know what all I used in this stream. So I'm gonna line him up right about here. Oh man, he'd be fine without arms, wouldn't he? Because he's so cute. But we're gonna add some arms to him. Oh my goodness. I just love how that goes. Yes, Melissa's cards are magical. I agree. So I'm going to do just a little bit of, what do you think, glue? Yeah, I think I'm going to do glue. And I'm going to do both sides because there's a little gap there from that foam tape that I can kind of stick this in here. So I'm just going to be careful to try not to get it on my actual card. There we go. Does that look about right for his arm? Yeah. So we're still kind of waiting on Melissa. So what we'll do when we're while we're waiting on her, because I think I'm done just a few minutes before she was going anyway, is that we'll talk about these sales and we'll have her start popping them in. So Melissa, I think that she can tell you, but Melissa's using, I think something for the powder tool. Brenda, I'm actually going to write that down because I know what's going to happen. You know what I'll do? I'll show y'all the D-stash box while we're waiting on Melissa to get in here too. So we need the powder tool. I got to make sure that the foam tape, anything else. I'll see if I can find those sequins. I'm not sure that I can find. I think this one might be discontinued. The glitter paper, I'll put that on there and I'll pop that, and I'll be chatting with you guys in the chat. So I'll make sure that I put that on there, and you can always be like, hey, you forgot this, because that's very likely as well that I'll forget something. And so I will do that and try to get it ready for you. Yeah, it's super adorable. I'll hold it up to the camera and I'll show you it compared to my pink one too. So y'all can decide. Let's like vote. Like, what do you think? Pink versus blue? Look at these. Oh man. That is so cute. And this is all that cover plate snowman. We could do this whole thing as a tag if we wanted to. She's got the cute tags. So that was from this die set. This is from the new release, which is 10% off. So it's this adorable die set that we created with today. Super cute. There will be a video on Friday that's going to be pre-recorded, and it is going to have the pink card. It's going to have this beautiful ornament card. We're just going to go through all the different ways, and we're going to have a Let It Snow card, which I don't know if you can see all of that sparkle. I'm going to show you how to do that, but all of these were done with the cover plates from the new release. Super exciting. I really, really love those. Do I know who makes the brush that we applied the anti-static powder? Yes. So this is called EK Tools, E, like Emily, K as in, I don't know what I can start with K, kite, tools. And I know they carry these at scrapbook.com. So it's what I use for shaker cards. It's not what I use for heat embossing. It's too small to use for heat embossing, but it's great for the inside of those shakers. Thank you, Nancy and Carmen. Thanks so much. So we're kind of waiting on Melissa. While we're waiting on Melissa, let's go ahead, Julie, and give them the link to where they'll be able to find the 50% off items that we're going to be showing you in these live streams. You definitely want to hang on to the end. Yeah, that Believe could definitely be used on other cards. Even the snowman can be used on other cards because you can just cut the snowman out. You know, just the Believe, and you don't have to use the cover plate. I think that would be so great. But Papertrey will go ahead and give them the link directly to the things that are 50% off. I'm not sure that I have an affiliate link for that yet, so make sure you click on my link, then click on that. And then we will be seeing those products in the next couple of presentations. So what we're about to do is we're going to have Melissa come on. She's going to present. Then Julie from Papertrey, she's the owner. She's going to show us some quick cards. And then Susie, Duncan, and I are going to create simultaneously. I see Melissa coming in, so hang on just a second. Let me keep her muted. Okay, can you still hear me? How about that? And Melissa, can you hear me? I don't see your camera yet, Melissa. So while we're doing this back... Okay. Okay, she's working on getting her camera together. While she does that, I'm going to show you one of the D-stash boxes that I'm going to be selling. So if you are interested in that, I'm still not seeing her. I'm still not seeing your camera, Melissa. Now I am. I'm sorry. I know that y'all aren't seeing what I'm seeing, but she's backstage getting ready. So we'll give her a second while we look at that. And then Papertrey threw in the link to the 50% off items. And it is going to be one of those things where she's got a link that goes directly to what those are. Okay, good. Thank you, Mary. I'm making sure that when I'm switching over to Melissa that we're going to be okay on sound. So some of these things are just those back texts that we don't have anybody here to help us. And it is one of those things where we're doing the best we can. Okay, Melissa, I can see you on that one. I can see your, it's probably your ceiling. You may need to change which way your camera is heading. I can see your hands now. And hopefully Melissa can hear me and she's getting things ready. Melissa, if you can rotate your camera to landscape, that might be easier because you're going to be taking over the whole screen. Sorry, I have to keep telling. So here's the D-stash box. I'm giving you a quick peek, okay? This is a D-stash box that is a medium-sized flat rate that I'm going to be selling. So you need to email me if you're interested in purchasing this. This will also have a handmade card for me, but let me just show you kind of what in the world happens in my D-stash boxes so that you can see that they have so much stuff on them. And I try to do these every so often, so consider joining my mailing list. But what you need to know is that you need to email me. The first person that emails me can buy this box from me, and I'll send you a PayPal link. So we've got tons and tons of stuff in here. I can't show you all of it, but we have so many things. It is packed full, okay? So if y'all are interested in doing this for a giveaway, then make sure. Okay, so Marcel says that the Black Friday 10% expired when she went to the cart. So let's give Julie a little bit of time on that one, and we will see. We're still trying to get Melissa in here on the backstage. Julie, if Melissa can't get in here, are you ready to do your project? Like, could we try to put her another hour later, or how do you think? So we've got so many things in this box. Just FYI, email me, Nicki at NickiHeartsCards.com if you're interested in it, okay? So we're still kind of waiting on Melissa. She will get it figured out. You know how stressful, I know how stressful it can be when you're trying to get everything together. So let me recap, because I know we've got new people here. And I'll recap what's going on. Sorry. Okay, she's trying to get in here. Okay, I think I can see your camera, Melissa, and then it goes off. So I hope Melissa can hear me. Yeah, it is definitely crammed full. Oh, I love destashing a craft room, man. I have to keep destashing. I can see your camera, Melissa. I can't hear you yet because I'm keeping you on mute till you're ready. So whenever you're ready, will you put your hand up? You think you're good? Yeah, I can see your hand popping in there. I'm going to unmute her and just see how she's doing, and we'll see what happens, okay? Okay, so hang on just a second. Okay. Melissa, you see that we can see half your screen there? I don't know if I can hear you. Okay, and we can hear you. Let's make sure that everybody can pop up and hear you, and I may try to make you as the full screen because I'm going to pop out and be in the chat. The price for the box, I see Beth Ann asking, was $140. And let's just see. Everybody tell me if you can hear Melissa. We'll let Melissa talk real quick.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just need y'all to thumbs up.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. I'm going to have y'all thumbs up. I'm going to see what happens when you take the screen over solo and just make sure everybody's got you. The chat's a little bit behind us because it's like a little bit of a okay. I see Tina says she can hear you. I'm going to put you on full screen, Melissa, and I'm going to mute myself. I will get my face off of here, and I'm going to take a quick little break and put some things in the chat, and then I'll pop back in and say hi to you in a little bit, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to pop my face out of here. I will see y'all in just a little while. Okay, I think you have it.
All right. Hi, everyone. Today, I have a fun Christmas card we're going to make using some fun Black Friday supplies that are on sale. We're going to use the Rustic Wood Star and the beautiful wreaths that accompany it, and the berries, of course. And I've used a different background that you'll also find in the Black Friday sales as well. So we'll get started. This card's just a little bit different because I wanted it to stand out on camera. But I've started with a Sweet Blush A2 card size card base. And then I die cut out of white, Stamper Select white cardstock, an A2 card front to fit. Yes, Nikki?
Hey, I think when I put you full screen, it's real zoomed in. So I may have to leave you as a partial screen and leave my side blank. But let me show you when I put you as solo, it's just a little zoomed in. I don't know if you can fix that on your end, but we're only seeing partial part of the card. So I'm going to have you take back over and I want you to just see real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See how zoomed in we are?
All right. So let me back off a little bit.
Yeah. We'll let her get the camera adjusted.
Is that a little bit better?
Yes, that's a little bit better. If that should work. Just be aware on your camera where your hands are, but that fits one card in the screen basically.
Okay.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
I'm muting again. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem. Okay, I have used the cornered snowflakes on my white card front, and I've gone ahead and die cut them in each of the four corners of the card just to give a really fun, lacy feel to my background. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to my card front, and you'll see that sweet blush pink pop out from beneath, which will give this card just that much more personality. Okay, that in itself is beautiful, but we're going to add some more flair to it. All right, I've used the Love to Layer arches, and I've just die cut this largest arch from some green pattern paper, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the center of my card. I love pinks and greens for Christmas. They're some of my favorites. Okay, and then before we get going on our wreath and our rustic wood star, I want to stamp my sentiment across the bottom of my Love to Layer mid-size arch. So I'm going to grab my Misty. Hopefully I'm in the camera still. Let's see. And I'm using, excuse me, the Winter Bench stamp set. And I'm going to use the Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining, since we have a star as our focal point. I believe this set is on sale as well. So I'm just going to adhere at the very base of that arch. And I'm going to use Olive Twist ink, my favorite color for sentiments. And get that nice and dark. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for just a minute, and we are going to color our wreaths. I've gone ahead and die cut the largest wreath and the smallest wreath from Rustic Wood Star, and the Wood Star, of course. So I'm going to use saltwater taffy on my smallest wreath. This is Tim Holtz Distress Spritz saltwater taffy. I'm just going to shake that up real good. and go ahead and coat my wreath. Okay, and then we're going to set that aside and let it dry. And then for the larger wreath, we are using crackled pistachio distress spritz. Shake that up real well. And go ahead and spray that. That coordinates so well with my green pattern paper. Okay, so we're going to set these two aside to dry. And now I've just stuck these here so I won't lose them. Couple snowflakes to add for embellishments. I've used the Bows Galore die, which is on sale right now. It's a favorite of mine. I'm just going to grab it real quick and show you all of the different bows that are included. I don't know how many. There are probably a dozen different bows in here. Go ahead and select whichever one you want to, but I've used this one with kind of the long tails on it. I've die cut it, and we're going to use Scarlet Jewel to go ahead and color and add some ink blending to our bow. It has two pieces to it, which really adds a lot of dimension. But if you just wanted to use a flat bow, go for it. There are so many different bows and Papertrey stash that you could use. Okay, and then since I've got my berries stuck on here from the Rustic Wood Star, I'm going to go ahead and sponge them with Scarlet Jewel as well. Just give them a light washing. And got those done. Okay, for my star, I am going to use some fine linen and some honey nut to give it a nice wood feel, look and feel. And this die has wood grain that actually comes through as you die cut it, so you get a nice embossed look. Lots of texture. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but it's there. Okay. I like fine linen because it's not a super dark color. It's just quite a pale, creamy brown tan. And the honey nut will just add a little bit of depth here and there to give it more of a realistic feel. Okay, I am happy with that. So let's grab our card front again, and we're going to go ahead and adhere our sentiment arch to the center. I love these arches. They're just so much fun. Quite a different twist on the oval or the square or the rectangle that we normally use. Okay, then we're going to get my star and go ahead and adhere that to the center of my card, just to make just above that sentiment so that we can still see it. Okay, and then come my wreaths. So I've got my cracked pistachio wreath that I'm going to adhere first. It's the larger of the two. If you don't have distress spritz, you can cut these from pattern paper. You can ink blend them. I just like distress spritz because of the shimmer that it adds. And then I'm going to adhere my smaller that was cut from white cardstock and sprayed with saltwater taffy. It's just a really pale pink, so there's not a ton of color on there. Okay, then comes our bow. I'm going to adhere at the bottom of my wreath. It will look cute at the top. It's just wherever you prefer it.
Hey, Melissa,
Yes,
could you tell them again what products it is? I thought Julie was popping that in, but would you just kind of like point to them and just name all the products again really quick for the chat?
you bet.
Thank you.
Okay. In the background, we have the cornered snowflake die. That's a must-have for winter. And then I believe that the Love to Layer arches will be on the Black Friday sale. And then, of course, the rustic wood star, which is this star with the 2 wreaths and berries. And it's even got some greenery in it. I'm not using the greenery, but it's got greenery and a bow, a very large bow. And then this right here, the Bows Galore, is on sale right now. And of course, my stamp set, which is Winter Bench. So quite a few products on sale. Next, I'm just going to adhere my berries. And gotta pry them off my sticky sheet. I'm just going to place those here and there around my wreath to bring in a little color and to coordinate with my bow. Kind of ties everything together. Let's go. I need long nails or a special tool, but I am so old school. Let's get some there. And one more. Okay, it looks like we could use a little color over here. Okay, so now I've got these 2 snowflakes. I believe these are from the Winter Globe, Let It Snow. I'm not sure if that's on sale or not, but any snowflake will do. And I'm just going to add those here and there to kind of accentuate the winter feel of my card. Okay, and next what I want to do is add some gems. And I've just got some fun opaque gems, translucent, iridescent, whatever you want to call them. They are just this beautiful pale pink. And I'm going to go ahead and add those here and there to my card. They'll kind of bring in some more pink. The center of my bow, the center of my snowflake, up here in my green area. And how about over here? Okay. Then I always like to add a little splatter before I call my card complete. So I'm going to use Fossilized Amber Distress Spritz. It's just a real beautiful gold. Another fun one that you can use, where is it, is Antique Linen Distress Spritz. But Fossilized Amber is a little bit more gold. So I'm going to shake that up. And I just take the top off and dab my paintbrush into the mix. I dab it a little bit on my paper towel so I don't get too many big globs of color. I just want really light speckles. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and finish with some Crystal Stickles glitter. And I'm just going to run a needle through the very top of this. Make sure it's not clogged. And I think we'll go ahead and get our berries with the stickles. Just bring in a little bit of shine and shimmer. And my bow. And that is about it. So, oh holy night, the stars are brightly shining. Any tiny sentiment will do across the bottom, but Winter Bench is on sale today, along with the rest of these products that I've used on my card. So happy shopping.
Okay, hey Melissa, is that the only one you're doing?
That's it. Yep.
Okay, can you move it to the center just a little bit and let people kind of zoom in, and let's review those products one more time um, while I see if Julie's coming on. I'm trying to manage everybody, and we don't have Julie backstage yet. So if you don't mind, like, you can even show the dies if you want, just kind of show it up close.
Okay, let me grab the dies.
Okay. Okay, Julie, I see you backstage. Sorry, I was not expecting her to end so quick. So I need comments. Yeah. Let me see. Anybody got any questions? Are y'all doing okay? You got any questions for her? I'm trying to watch as it goes. Everybody says it's beautiful. They love the spritz.
Thank you.
Yeah, they said there's just lots of, everybody loves your style, of course.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the Love to Layer arches. They come in 3 different sizes.
Where's my phone?
Cornered snowflakes. Love those. They are so beautiful. What else? The rustic wood star. There are several different pieces to this die collection. I don't have them all here, just the ones that I've used. But here's the rustic wood star. And here are the wreaths that I use. They come in 2 different sizes. And I've got these berries. They're also part of the rustic wood star. And then bows galore. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, a dozen. Looks like about a dozen different bows included in this.
Ooh, that's
And
awesome. I don't think I've ever seen that set.
you haven't?
No, I love that.
Oh, it's
Oh
a
my goodness.
must-have if you like bows on your cards.
Yeah, that is amazing. I love that. And that one's called what again?
Bows galore.
Bows galore. Okay, cool. So I
Mhm.
see Julie's back there, but I do think, like, could you tell us the colors you used again real quick? I just had a few questions about that, and I was trying to make a link deli list, and then I didn't catch them in there and put them in the chat. So just review
Sure.
colors and spritzes and all of those things that you used as well, please.
You bet.
Okay.
For the berries and the bow, I use Scarlet Jewel. One of my favorites. It's a beautiful, rich cranberry color. For my sentiment, I used Olive Twist. This is a really, really, really dark green that's almost black. I like it over black because it's not as stark as black. There's not as much of a contrast between the sentiment and your card. It's just a really soft black, you could call it. So that's my favorite for sentiments. For my star, I started with fine linen and then added a little deeper shade of tan using the honey nut. One of my favorite browns is honey nut. And for the spritzes, I used cracked pistachio This one I haven't used very much, but I love it. It's one of my newest favorites. So cracked pistachio, it's quite light in the distress spritz. And then saltwater taffy is just a really pale, pale pink. It goes really well if you are trying to coordinate with pale peony or sweet blush. And then, of course, fossilized amber I use on just about every card for the speckling, the gold that we bring in. And it's just a soft, soft gold.
That is
One of my other,
beautiful. That's
yes,
I have got to get some of those. And Julie, I see you in the guest backstage, so I can see your camera. I just don't. I have you on mute. So if you've got it, once you get situated, just put a thumbs up, and then we will wrap up here with Melissa and move to Julie. Sorry about that, Melissa.
yeah, no problem. I was just going to point out another really beautiful color is antique linen.
Ooh,
If you're not into really, really dark colors of spritz, antique linen is a really soft tan as well and brings in a lot of shimmer. So,
yeah. Your splatter is awe-inspiring. So
oh, thank you.
I love your splatter. It's just one of those things I'm always so amazed at how great you do, because it really does take an art to like get the splatter looking right, and I'm just in awe of yours. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Do
You
you
bet.
do you want to throw in some kind of question people can answer for a giveaway? It's time for us to do another $50 giveaway. You have anything you
You
want to ask the audience, and we'll pick some.
um sure.
Yeah.
I would love to know what their favorite Christmas sentiment or winter sentiment to use is.
Yes.
Maybe it's simply Merry Christmas, maybe it's Merry and Bright, but I would love to know what their favorite sentiment for their holiday cards is.
Yes. So everybody tell us what your favorite sentiment is, and I will be drawing a winner of that. And Julie is backstage. We're working on getting her ready. She's going to be showing you a card as well, and that's Julie, the owner of Papertrey. So feel free to throw up lots of thanks for her. So I'm going to put myself back on screen, and then I'm going to add Julie in, okay? So as far as where you get distress sprays, Valerie, most of the big shops have them. I don't know if Papertrey actually carries the distress sprays or not.
They do. They
Okay, they do.
carry all of them.
Okay, awesome. So they carry all of them, so you can get those at the Papertrey store. And remember, a Papertrey is 10% off your entire purchase today. So make sure that you purchase with that, and make sure you use the links that have been put in the chat. I'm sorry if you're having to scroll back in the chat, but right now, Julie, my helper, is about to be on camera. So we have to do that. So let's say bye to Melissa, and I'm going to take her off, and we are going to try to pull in Julie here. Okay, thank you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
Melissa. We love your
Bye-bye.
products and all your stuff. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so now I am waiting on Julie to come in backstage. She was there and she was ready, and then she disappeared, so that may have been my fault. Like I said, running tech on a big event like this is always very fun. So I see season's greetings, oh holy night, silent night. Those are great sentiments. Peace on earth. That's awesome. Unto us a child is born. That's a great one. I love that one as a sentiment. So let me just see if we can get Julie's screen over here. I'm going to start with her added to the right. Julie, for some reason, it's upside down. Right. There we go. Okay, and I think we can hear you now too, so feel free to talk to us.
Oh, hi everybody.
Hi, I'm going to make her the solo screen. I'm going to pick a winner from the chat in just a second when I get off camera, and I'm going to turn it over to Julie, who will take you through some of these amazing kits.
Does that looks up? There we go. There we go.
Okay.
I think I'm a little bit behind you guys.
Yes, you might
From
be a
the
little bit
actual
behind.
screen.
And
Okay.
you might need to move your, whatever the gray mat is, if you could move it to the left just a little bit when you go full screen, it needs to go over just a little bit. Yeah,
Here we go. Let's just pile it in the middle here.
Yeah, you're right in the center now, and I've got you full screen, so you'll be able to see all the way on your left. You can see a little bit of black right to the side with the forward, and you can see gray. Yeah, that hand there. Okay. All right.
Okay.
You're good. I'm going to mute myself, but I'll be back here if you need me. Just start saying my name.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm very excited And I wanted to share something that we've been doing for a little while called the Creative Card Club. This is it's every other month. I never know how to say that. It's every other month. And you get a little kit with pieces already cut out so you can make beautiful cards quickly. So I don't know about you guys, but I am definitely a last minute stamper, hence our release this month. So all for us last minute people, or for people who just, there's oftentimes I meet somebody or I've forgotten somebody and I'm like, oh, shoot, I need to make them a card. And having easy things that are so cute and so much fun to put together is great. It's great for me. So this is the Creative Card Club, and it's different every 2 months. It's a little bit different, and we do work on themes. So you get 4 cards, and this is $19.99. So this is $20 basically. It's free shipping, and so this month you get a Stickles Stardust Glitter, which is my favorite, and I know that Melissa's is Crystal. So, but you get a Stardust Stickles. You can make everything beautiful, and you'll get a little pack of sentiments. So this one is this Merry Christmas is from a hot foil die combo, but we've made it just for this particular kit. We've made it into a stamp, and those are the kinds of things that you get as well. You just get like a freebie kind of stuff, things that are exclusive. So that's very cool. So this one has Merry Christmas, My Friend, and Peace on Earth. Now we're always going to have 2 of something that's general. So this one is so cute. Hello, my friend. And you get the hello, and you get the stamp, my friend. And they'll be a little bit different sometimes products. Like we don't have this patterned paper anymore. So we use this in its place, but you get all the pieces are already cut out. So you're just creating. And I'm telling you, every card maker I know loves this. It's just so great. Of course, it's for last minute crafting, but it's also just to enjoy not having to cut everything out. So you'll get 2 of something that's a little bit more general. And this month, for quick card making, this is for Christmas. Okay. The picture's on the inside. So let me just pull that out so you can see it. But this is what we'll be making. And this is actually supposed to be on the outside of the guy. So that's what's in that one. And the pieces that you'll get the little wreath and all the pieces that go with it. But everything generally comes with a 4¼ by 5½ white layer, so you can just do whatever you want. So these are, you don't have to follow the picture. You can if you just don't want to think about it and you just need something quick, but you don't have to. You get enough pieces where you can kind of create whatever you'd like. Let me just put that to the side. Okay, and then this is the one we're going to do today. Look how cute that is, so fast. And again, you're going to get the weather vane pieces, but you will also get a white layer. So you can make it, if you don't want to use weather vane, you don't have to. So it's really fabulous. Okay. So you've seen our adorable Creative Card Club. It's really fun. And it's also a really great way to get other crafters. If you want to craft with somebody who is not an avid crafter or is a beginner crafter, these are so great for that. It just kind of helps them get the feel of being an artist. I mean, that's what these make me feel like. They make me feel like I'm an artist because I cannot be a Melissa Phillips. That's just not who I am. So let me grab a piece of, let me see here. Let me grab, sorry everybody. You know I love to ink blend on white paper. So here we go. The first thing we're going to do, let's just take this out. Here, I'm going to put this here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but let's just put that there. We're going to put our little crystal stickles because we're not going to use it on this particular project. Okay, so let's grab this. What I do is I keep this out so I can see it if I want to make it just like this. And even if you don't, you can just kind of use that as a guide. So this is how your pieces will come. In this particular card kit, you will also, and we have these for sale as separates as well. So you can just buy the card kits themselves if you find one that you really like. Come on. Okay, so here's that one. Here's your tag, and here's all your fun greenery. You did get a white. Hey, do you want to make it your own color? There you go. You have a white one and you could do that. We're going to use the red just for ease to show you how quickly
Hang on just a second. Let's see here. I think we lost you, Julie. Okay, friends, I'll address the chat too so that I can go. Yeah, these kits come alone. The dies are already done for you. No die cutting. It's amazing. I need Julie, if you can hear me, you went off the screen, so you're going to probably have to dial back in. So you are muted, and hopefully she'll dial back in and show us some more with those. But those kits are adorable, and they really are great for new beginners. As far as the chat goes, I am a terrible moderator. I'm sorry about that. I am trying to find these links, but I'm having to use multiple devices. So sometimes, did you lose my audio too? Sorry. I think you've got my audio. Nancy said lost her audio, but I think Nancy's talking about Julie. So we're going to hang on. I've got Julie hopefully over here ready to go. And we still have one more guest as well. She's going to make some of those with us, but I think she just lost her camera settings there for a second. Sorry about that, guys. So let's chat about other stuff. How about that? Okay, Denise, you can hear me fine? Good. We're waiting for Julie to pop back on. She may have to just call back into this, which means she has to come in backstage for me. I am sitting here playing with these that are going to be on sale, these snowflakes. And y'all, this next part where Susie and I are presenting, I have not planned a card. All I'm doing, seriously, Rachel, if you will help, I will try to get, when I get off this camera, I'm going to send you some stuff and have you help me because it's really hard for me to get the links in on a different device. But I'm going to be using these snowflakes, which are on sale 50% off today. And I'm going to just be making a card on the fly. So it's going to be very interesting. I always like how those turn out because sometimes they just turn out so great. Okay, let me see. I'm going to unmute her. Let's add her to the left. And see. Okay, are you okay now? I'm going to put you back solo.
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. It could have been me.
My phone just went off. My phone just went off. I don't know why.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, if we have to do it again, that worked for you to just call back in and I can always pop in. So I'm going to go mute again and try to get some links into the description because people are asking lots of questions.
Okay, we're back. Better than ever. Okay, who knows, guys? I don't know why my phone just arbitrarily decided to go off. It's just said I'm tired, I guess. I don't know. We haven't even been going for very long, and who knows? Okay, so I do have those done. I'm going to go ahead and grab a scissors, and I'm going to add some foam, double foam adhesive sheets here. And we're going to pop all these layers up. I'm not exactly sure. And you want to just, you know what, we're going to try to get this in the middle. I am a wing it person. That looks great. If it's not perfect, guys, I'm sorry. You, if you have this kit, you get to make it perfect. But I'm trying to be kind of quick. So you're not here all day watching me try to get everything perfect. Okay, so we'll just, this is how easy this is to put together. And we just try to get it in the middle as best we can. Okay.
You're fine on time, so take as long as you want.
Okay. All right. Let's do all the easy stuff here. Let's pray this glue works. No, this glue doesn't work. Here's a glue that will probably work. Thanks to Roxanne. Thank you, Roxanne. Let's see. Yes, Roxanne, my Stampin' buddy. Okay, and we're just going to put that over there. That was easy. And the whole ornament is now together. That couldn't have been easier. Okay, so here we have this. You're going to poke all that out. Super easy to do. And if I was really smart, I would have had one of these already poked out, but I didn't. So I'm just going to poke out the places that are going to show with my handy dandy gem picker. Love this thing. Use this thing constantly. I mean, everything I do, I'm using this thing. So it's great for poking out. It's great for picking up. So let's say we have this little piece here. We want to pick it up and glue it down. Oh my gosh. I at this point, I can't live without it. It's like a Misty. You just can't live without it. So, like I said, let me just get around the edges here. But this is so easy. Like one of the things, you just put your hand behind it. It gives it a little bit of resistance. That helps get that out. Oh. Sorry, guys. This is the last thing you wanted to watch somebody do, right? Is poke out pieces of paper. Alrighty.
I'm having a great time watching you poke those out. Plus, I like how you use your tool. So just
Oh my gosh.
Don't even hurry. I kind of like the process. It's kind of nice and relaxing. So don't worry. We love it. Don't hurry either because we are working on behind the scenes back here and you are doing great.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. Well, shoot, then because I'm a weirdo and I have to have everything, I like to have everything poked out. We'll just poke it all out. If you guys are enjoying watching this whole process, let's do it. Okay. And now I know it will be exactly the way I want it to be. Okay, so let's dump all this in my trash can. It's usually right below me. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. All right, and another simple task here. Roxanne gave us, because I use Barely Arts glue because it really is great, honestly, but it drives me crazy because my tip is always not working correctly. So Roxanne was so generous and gave us those little bottles. Oh, do you see that one? I didn't get all the way. Oh, you get out of there. She gave us those little bottles, and I'm telling you what, they never ever clog up. It's the best thing ever. So I'm gonna use this side because I like that big one. As you can see, I used that in this, so I like that big one. And these little guys, you need to go. You need to go. Go and go. There we go. Okay, because it's going to show. All right, there you go. I love it. Oh, I love that. Okay. Somehow I'm sideways now. I don't know how that is, guys. Sorry. All right. That's strange.
No worries.
Okay.
We still like watching it.
Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to get, like I said, we're just going to get all the big things out of the way. I use, I use these big adhesive sheets. That I have left over from making all my little jigs. And that's how you do it. And it's very sticky, which can be a blessing and sometimes a curse. So it's not always my favorite. But here we go. Here's another big piece. We do have on the horizon and ordered, we are going to carry the foam roller, the foam roll tape, double-sided tape. It doesn't matter. There we go. And if you use our foam adhesive sheets, you always stick the white side down and use the writing side up. All right. Okay. And now, trying to get it in the middle.
Hey, Melissa, will you tell me what the name of this kit is as well and where they find it? Because I'm trying to get links on the back end, but I'm not doing a very good job of it.
It's, hey, Nicki, it's the Creative Card Club.
Yes.
And just if you search Creative Card Club, this particular one is called Peace on Earth.
Okay. So Peace on Earth, everybody in the chat. And then I've got a question. Is the cover plate the same as an embossing folder? You want me to answer that while you're getting things together?
Yeah.
Okay, so a cover plate is a die, and it's a die that goes over. It's usually sized as an A2 size card, and an embossing folder is a big plastic piece that wraps around a piece of paper and puts an image into the paper through a die cutting machine. So instead of cutting, it presses the image in, whereas a cover plate cuts. I hope that answers that for you. Okay, I'm going to go on mute again.
Okay, so we're just going to grab all of our amazing little greenery here. I love this stuff. Melissa is amazing with greenery, and we all strive to be like that. Okay, so, and by the way, this is a project by Kelly Lunsford. She created this card, and we loved it so much that we decided to make it part of the card club. Okay, so I am using 2 colors, and you guys are gonna laugh at me here. Where is my, I have about 500 of them, so easily fixed. We're gonna use Simply Chartreuse. Love this color so much. We're gonna use that for the base of these, okay? So again, my favorite thing to do, we're just going to color these. You don't have to go all the way down because we're going to cut them off to stick them in, but
I love that color. What color is that again?
It's Simply Chartreuse, like one of my favorite colors ever.
Man, that is a beautiful color. I love that one a lot.
It is. I use it constantly.
Perfect greenery, and I bet I have seen that on Melissa's cards with some distress spray because I feel like she uses that beautiful green, and I'm always like, where is that green? And I didn't realize that was your color, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I've got Susie on the back end, but she's still getting ready, and you have plenty of time. We've got plenty of time. It's only 2:00 Eastern, and we're doing great. So you just keep on going, and I'm going on mute.
Okay. Thank you, Nicki. That's so helpful. And again, I'm sorry that I'm sideways. That's so ridiculous. And I could like try to, I don't know how to do that. I don't understand. My phone, it's my phone, and I don't know what to do about it. So sorry.
I don't think it matters. I think it looks great. I mean, we can see everything you're doing. We can see your thing. So I don't think you should worry about it.
Okay. All right. So we've just simply chartreused all of this stuff. This gets pine feather and a little bit of ripe avocado. But here is the magic. I love this. You guys know how I love this. We're going to add some new leaf, and it's going to look so amazing. Look at that. Oh, I love blending. I love blending. This just makes me happy. I literally could do this all day. Just blend stuff together. It's such a magical color. And this is such a great way to give your projects depth, obviously. You just add that extra color and it looks real. And this we're going to do kind of at the bottom. We're just, oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Just so when we put it in there, oh, we can see it. Oh, so pretty. Maybe make these a little bit darker. Just a little. Leave the edge, the top part. Love this little greenery so much. This greenery, I believe, is from Into the Blooms Sprigs and Sprays, something like that. Right now I can't think of it. It's one of our most popular dyes, and of course I can't think of the name. We do have 1,300 different dyes, so sometimes I just forget the exact name. But it is also 25% off, and you will use, if you enjoy adding these little leaves and stuff, you'll use that constantly. You'll just get it out because you're like, oh my gosh, I need a little greenery, and it's perfect for that. Okay, so I'm really happy with those. And put that to the side because I think we're done with that. And let's grab this guy. He got a little bit of red on him somehow, but we don't care because we're going to go over him with pine feather. And you guys know pine feather, if you don't know, sorry about that. If you don't know, pine feather is very dark. And we'll go right over that. Oh, I love this color. I'm not getting the brush very, I'm just hardly tapping it. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm hardly tapping it. Another thing you can do with pine feather is mix it with blueberry sky, and it gives it the most beautiful green color you have ever seen. But we're going to keep it kind of dark this time. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite combinations. And we're just going to take this ripe avocado and do the edges, the ends of the, there we go. And you probably can't tell that I did that very much, but it looks very cool.
Okay, and I'm sure you've probably already told me this, but I just need to make sure that I've got it right. The cover plate of that flowery looking thing that you've already poked the holes in, what is the name of the cover plate?
Yeah, Geo
Geo
flower. It's a Geo
Geo
flower.
flower. Okay, so chat, that is Geo flower. I know some people are looking for that. And Rachel, thank you so much for helping us out with links. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to mute.
Okay, so we're gonna do you can see here, the little poinsettia. We're gonna keep it white, but we're gonna just put a little bit of fine linen on there to give it, again, just a little bit of depth. And how I did that was I just kind of went in between like that. It's hardly at all. So you just go in between. It doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, the less perfect it is, the more real it looks. We're just going to give it a little bit. And what's cool is you're going to layer one on top of the other. So if you don't like what you did, you just do the next one and put that one on top. Or if you really don't like the one below, you can save it for something else and just use one flower. It's awesome. It's great. Or you can buy the Into the Blooms poinsettias, which are also on sale. Brenda did that beautiful card with the Into the Blooms poinsettia. So if you're interested in that, it is on sale. All right, I'm going to use this one on top because it's a little bit less. Just a little bit of glue there. And right like so. And the only thing I'm worried about here, I'm hoping you can see me, the only thing I'm worried about here is like making sure all the spaces are full with, I don't want to leave a gap. That's the only thing I'm thinking about here. Okay. So that's going to go right there. All right. So we're going to put that to the side. And now we're going to do these. This little sprig. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm crazy today. Too much coffee. Okay. This little sprig is going to stay white like so. And we're going to grab our weather vane to bring in the color. And we're just going to lightly weather vane these leaves. I love that Kelly did that. I just thought that was so unique. So we're going to do that. Now, when you're doing this by yourself, this will go a lot faster because you'll know exactly what you're going to color everything. The first one may take you a bit, but the second one should take you a lot faster. And if you just enjoy the process, then take your time. But if you have to get something done quick, I can usually get these done in about 20 minutes. And looking good. Okay, so using this as my guide, we're now going to grab this. And if you have like foam tape in a roll, it's going to make your life so much easier and it's going to make it go so much faster. So I just place this and now I'm going to decide where I'm going to put my greenery. And we're going to start with this. We're going to peel this. I think I peeled this off down here. And if not, that's what we're going to do this time. Okay. So I'm going to put just a little bit of tape and Nicki, if you need me to hurry up, then we're going to abandon putting all this foam adhesive on here.
I do not need you to hurry up. I'm fine.
Okay.
I think everybody's enjoying it. I'm going to answer a couple questions while you're here. And
Okay.
so you work on your foam tape while we answer questions. I've got, they definitely want to see, we will do a demonstration when Susie and I are on screen of an embossing folder versus a cover plate. I will show you the difference.
Okay.
And because they're asking some questions about what the difference in those two are. And we will, my video on Friday will actually show you how to use a cover plate as sort of an embossing folder. So stay tuned. That video is coming Friday. So as far as everything else, we're enjoying, loving the process. The sale right now is 10% off. The code is Black Friday 25, like the year 25, and that is 10% off the entire site. Please try to use my affiliate link. I know that I'm having trouble getting that in there, but Rachel is helping out a little bit with those. We also have a set of a specific page where it's 50% off of certain products, and they are amazing dyes. Melissa used quite a few of those. So that page will also come up in the chat. You may have to scroll back through it since I'm having a little trouble. And when Julie gets back, she can pop some of those links in too, but she's busy adding foam tape to her card. So are there any other questions while I'm here on the mic? Because I know it's hard for her to read the chat while she's here. I know that we said that's Geo Flower in the background of this card, which people are loving.
It is so pretty. And you can, if you have that, you get to add whatever color you like in the background yourself. So that, I mean, it's just got so many different things you can do with it.
Yes. And Roxanne said, is that ornament the Love to Layer ornament die?
It is. It's the Love to Layer ornament die, Roxanne.
Okay. Yes. So if you have that die, you can create this card. She's using what's called a card kit, and it's already pre-cut for you. So Papertrey does these amazing things where they pre-cut everything in these card kits. They're very inexpensive, great to introduce somebody to card making, or if you just want a quick card. But these are also coming from dies in the Papertrey store. So yes, each of these could be bought individually, or you could buy the kit.
That is 100% correct. Thank you
Okay,
for,
I'm gonna go back on mute while I continue to plan this card, and I will check in with you in a minute.
okay. All right, so we are just foam taping every darn thing because it's makes it look so amazing. I love the foam tape. And I've always just kind of used the sheets, like the foam adhesive sheets, because I like making it my own size. If you, like I did on here, just make it a big block. I love that. It's a little bit trickier to use, I will admit, but I like it. I don't know. Everybody's different. And I did those, just making sure I did everything. So when we go here, so I keep this here. I like to place what I'm going to put in here to see what I'm going to do. So when I did this originally, my first one, I took this leaf. So if you ever wonder like how, if you're copying a card, casing a card, whatever, that is where I'm going. So I want to make sure this is center, as center as it can be, about there. And then I'm going to put some foam adhesive on here, because after you get everything in here, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I know Nicki is great at that, making it the perfect size. She's just got that eye. I always place one piece down so I know where the heck I'm going, and then I build up from there. So if you're wondering, you know, if you're always like, oh, how do they do that? It's just place the one piece down, and now we're just going to build from there. And we'll make sure we
I did
go
split
ahead.
screen you a little bit because your internet was going just a little bit blurry, and I thought if I gave it less space, it would probably be less blurry. So I'm just putting you on half the screen. So
Okay.
everybody, sorry if you're having to look at me getting ready for a card on the other side. We'll give it a second.
It's so crazy that today of all days we're having trouble, but maybe, I don't know. Because nobody is here at the warehouse today. Nobody's here to cause issues, but there we go. Who knows? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and, knowing that this is here, and this is what I'll do. This is a good trick too, because we're going to have to stick everything in. And now I'm just slowing down.
Yeah, it's okay. Just we'll give it a second. It could be
Hey,
just
Nicki,
that
do you want me to go out and go back in?
um, let's give it a minute and see if it clears up, and then if it doesn't, then we can have you go back out and go back in, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
It's probably
Sorry,
just
everybody.
it takes a lot of internet to be able to stream two people at once, so it who knows what's happening.
Yes, that's quite odd, because usually our internet is pretty darn good. Okay. So if you can see me at all, I'm going to go ahead and put a piece here, and we're just going to tack this down. Exactly where I want it, which is, let's go just a teensy bit over like that. Okay, so that's placed. And now we're just going to stick all of these little pieces in. This pine feathered piece is going to just get a little bit of glue, just the teensiest bit of glue here. It's going to go here, like so. There you go. The white piece, let's place that. So you can see once you get all the foam tape and everything, you can just start putting it together, which is Really, really fun. Okay. And for this side, let's see. We're going to go ahead and put this down first. I think I broke my own rule, guys. I think that's the white side. Wrong side. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put this guy down, and we can stick him all the way in here. I'm going to go right about there. And let's put this in here. And because a lot of this has tape, so another thing you can do to make sure this sticks up is you have foam tape that goes all the way down. We're going to put that there. We're going to stick this one in the side. If I put foam tape down here, I'll just show you. I can just leave this with one piece of tape at the bottom, and then all of this other foam tape, less foam tape to use. All of this will pop that up. Nothing should be this hard. Nothing. Okay, we're going to abandon that because that's very annoying. We'll cut this little piece, put it at the edge. This should be a little easier to get off. Yes, okay, success. All right, I'm going to put this here just to keep that popped up, that ornament popped up. Look at that, that was super easy. Thank the Lord. Okay, and that little guy did not stick. We'll get him. We'll just put a little bit more glue on you. There we go. Maybe we'll put it down like that. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to bring these back, and we're going to use this one across the front. No need for any foam tape. Goes there. Okay, and then this little guy needs a little bit of foam tape. How you doing over there?
We're doing good. I'm
Okay, good.
enjoying watching you. I'm sure people are like entertained by the fact that I'm getting things ready here because I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this next card. So I'm picking
Which makes it
paper.
so fun.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes that makes it even better. So we're looking at a teal card for my next one, and we'll be using tropical teal. So
Tropical teal.
I
Such
love
a
that
great color.
I know. You've got to send me some of this green one that you've got. I love that.
Of course.
That is beautiful. I need to try that one out. But yeah, everybody is very excited. They say that they love the color combo that you're using.
Well, we got to thank
Melanie,
Kelly for that.
yeah, Melanie says that gray and red really shows up.
I
And Sandy says I was kind of dancing in the background. So they were like, you know, we can see you, right? I was like, yeah, sorry. I figured I'd make it entertaining over here for a second.
love it.
So I'm just, organizing and trying to think creatively over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. As far as questions, people are doing pretty good. They really like this kit, and I'm sure they'll have you pop some links up to it at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love this. Lord, I love this, all this stuff. So much fun. Okay. So I'm just going to put just a teensy bit of glue. We don't need much. We're going to pop this one in here like so. We're going to pop, I'm going to cut this one down to about there, and we'll pop that one in. So pretty.
feel like you're getting clearer now, so I'm going to put you back on full screen so people don't have to watch me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it got
All right.
it's still a little bit, but it got a lot clearer.
Okay, good. I have no idea. It's all so confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, so we have all of our greenery in. We're just going to pop the little poinsettia on here. I have our clear gems. You know what? I used those. Let's use a red one. Very pretty. I'll use this biggest one. I just take it right off and put it right on here. You could use, like in the photo, you could use like 3 little ones. I'm just going to use that one big one. So pretty. Okay, and now the last thing is the sentiment. I used fine linen in the background. So this is a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger of a double-ended banner here than what Kelly used. What you can do if you want is you can just cut it down with a paper cutter. So you could, once you get your sentiment on there, you can cut it down to the size of the sentiment if you'd like. I'm getting a little bit of green in there because there's a good lesson. If you don't want the other colors in there, don't ink blend over other colors. But it does not bother me. I think it actually looks really good. Okay. So let me just do this. Okay. I mean, we are almost finished. I've already blocked up my sentiment here from the sentiments. If you get the kit, sentiments and little extras come in the kit. If you don't get the kit, if you're just getting these, I see I'm a little bit fuzzy again. If you don't get the kit, then you do not get the sentiments. So the kit, if you want to subscribe to the kit that comes every other month, you have until the end of the month, and then it will be sent to you. If you subscribe in the next couple of days, you will get the kit, you will get the sentiments, you will get all 4, sorry if my head is in the way, you will get all 4 cards, and it's for 20 bucks. So each kit by itself is $5. You can use your Misty for this. I can't do it on small things. Cannot use my Misty for small things, but I think that's perfect.
Yeah. I'm going to answer a quick question from Brenda. Will I get access to the live discount if I go through Nicki's link on her website? The link through YouTube is not working. Brenda, yes. So if you go through the link on my website, I'm so sorry that it's not working and it's just like almost impossible for me to fix right now for some reason. If you go through the link on my website, that gives me that's an affiliate link for me, but it doesn't change anything with the sale. It takes you to the Papertrey site and all of those coupon codes and the site with the Black Friday sale. If you've clicked on my link first, it will track for a sale for me. So that's awesome. And then as far as subscribing to the Creative Card Kit, Julie, could you say, is there a certain section on the site that they can go and subscribe to get those little card kits?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you, like I said, if you subscribe to the card kit, you will get the kit with 4 cards, and each card kit is $5. So you actually get 1 cent off, and it's shipped for free, and you get sentiments for every kit that you are subscribed to. You will get sentiments and extras. Like this month we did the stickles, so you could make everything sparkly. So Melissa would make all of these leaves sparkly, and it would be so beautiful. Which we can do, but we're gonna end here because I feel like the gold has enough sparkly stuff. Hey, can I do that? Does that work?
Yeah. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try to put you solo again just to see if they can get a look. And then, Susie, are you in? you put your hands up in front of there if you are thumbs up. So Susie's in the chat, thumbs up. I know that these got a little bit blurry. Hopefully Susie won't be blurry, but this is the creative card kit, and Emma, I will have Julie's going to get into the chat, and she'll tell you again like a link to go to actually subscribe, but that is on the website, Creative Card Club, correct?
The Creative Card Club.
Yeah.
Yes, and what I was going to tell you is that you can get them from there's a big slider that says Creative Card Club, and when you click the big slider, it will take you to the link to subscribe.
Yes. Okay. All right. So Susie, I think, is ready. I'm going to kind of pop you off screen, I believe, and put myself back on. Thank you, Julie. If you could get into that chat and help out, I'm sorry.
I will.
Rachel's doing a little bit, but woo. Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
I know I'm killing her last minute. So yes. So now it's going to be me and Susie Duncan, and we are going to craft with snowflakes. We're not going to do the exact same snowflakes because there are so many different ones from Papertrey, and we didn't have the exact same ones, but kind of our theme is to create a card with snowflakes. For me, it's going to be just the last 5 minutes. I gathered some products. I'm going to be experimenting, playing with it, and just trying to come up with a cool card on the fly. Susie has created a 3D folding card. I don't remember what she calls it, but we'll pop her in just a second. And she has created a very elaborate card that she's going to take you through as well. We will both have mics on, so we'll both try to answer questions when we can, and Julie will be back in the chat helping out with all of those links, so feel free to pop up question. When Julie gets back in the chat and we get started here, we will do another giveaway too, so hang on, you do have to be in the chat for the giveaway, and we'll be giving away another $50 gift card. So let me check in on Susie, and let's see if we can bring her over and get her on screen as well. So let's add her. Oh, Susie's going to be a little bit blurry too. Oh no. Hey, but I can hear you. That's great. Let me see if I go to my overhead cam. Okay, here's my side. Are you frozen, or are you doing okay over there, Susie? Okay, she's moving.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. And can you see the screen to see where you are on the screen?
I can, and it is blurry, unfortunately.
Yes. So Susie's coming all the way from England, so we're going to try to see if the stream corrects itself or why in the world it's doing that, because it keeps mine nice and crisp, but for some reason with the interviewers. Susie, I can still generally see the card, and I know you're going to be doing it 3D and showing how that works, so I think it is still fine. People watching, can you see well enough, or do we need to, like, I think it just even cleared up just a little bit.
Yeah, it's drifting. I think some of the problem is probably because I've got two devices open, one to watch and one to film.
Okay. Well,
but
if you...
We'll do what we can, guys. We'll do what we can.
Yeah, we'll do the best we can, and you got two screens to look at. I am just putting a card up that we just made, and I'm going to send it over to Susie while I start gathering supplies and start playing over here, and then we'll both kind of pop in. When Julie gets back in the chat, Julie, just pop up that you're back, maybe throw a link in there, and then we'll start another giveaway as well. So Susie, you take over.
Okay. Well, I'm having great fun. I hope you guys are as well. So I have come up with a 3D card. I love a 3D card fold, even though because I tend to send most of mine by hand rather than post, because it's too expensive in the UK to post stuff now. So I can go to town. So I've called this a stair stepper card. If you've never made one, don't be alarmed. These are so easy to make, and they are great for any occasion at all. But obviously, we're doing Christmas festive cards. And I'm going to talk you through the process, and then I'll come backtrack as to what I did differently with the between the one I'm making and this sample one. But obviously we've got the snowflake theme, which is what Nicki and I decided to do between us. So let's get going. So you need to start with a base card. Now it doesn't matter what colour it is. Obviously choose it to suit your theme, or you can just have a blank white one. It really doesn't matter. But this needs to measure, for the measurements I'm giving you, it's 11 by 5.25, 5.5, 11 by 5.5 inches, that is. And then you'll need to score it. Now, use whatever scoring mechanism you like. If it's a steel ruler and an embossing tool, go for it. Or you can use your trimmers, you can use your scoring board. Measurements are really easy for this, but I will make sure that I post them so you've got them. But basically, you're scoring at 3 inches, 6 inches, so just double it basically. The next one is at 7.5, which is 1.5 on from that one. So we go 1.5 on again, so that's at 9 inches. And then the last one is at 10 inches. So I'll go through those again just to remind you. So you've got 3 inches, 6 inches, 7.5, 9, and 10. So not any funny numbers, they're quite easy numbers to do. And then you want a bone folder, and we're going to zigzag fold. So I'm going to start with the largest one, the 3-inch one, and I'm going to mountain fold that. I'm going to valley fold the next one, mountain fold the next one, valley fold the next one, and mountain fold the last one. So you can see how you create your stepper.
Okay,
It's not tricky to do.
I'm going to do a giveaway. So I would like everybody to answer that's in the chat. First of all, make sure you've hit thumbs up, but answer, have you created a card like Susie's doing right now? Have you made any 3D cards? And tell us what your favorite is, and that will enter you. Julie will pick a winner from all of those answers, okay? And then back to you, Susie.
Excellent, thank you. So that, with the base, you can now either leave it as it is, you can add embellishments. What I did with this one, oh, I've just noticed, look, my stickles leaked. Let's get rid of that. I used some of our textiles, and this is Sugar Plum, the set. I love the textiles papers. There's so many to choose from, and you get loads in the pack. If you haven't got any of these, I would go ahead and look on the website and just fill your boots, because they are so useful. And I love the fact this has challenged me to use non-conventional colours for Christmas. I'm quite traditionalist. I'm a red green fan, and I like the cooler colours for snowflakes. Don't think I ever in my life have used purple before, but this year I've created several purple cards on the basis of these beautiful papers. So for this one, I cut papers to form my backgrounds to fill in here. But you could, I've got a few more ideas for you. You could grab some card. Now this is actually pearlescent card that I've cut, and I'll give you the measurements as we go. So to fill in this back one, I've used, so it's all of them are 5.25 wide. This one is 2 3/4 high. This one is 1.25, and this is 3/4 of an inch. So 2 3/4, 1.25, 3/4. So not crazy measurements. So one idea for this, I'm just going to show you, and I'm going to be using the set called Fanciful Flourishes. Absolutely love this set. When I got this, I was so excited. I love a flourish. And they've even put an S for Susie. How cool is that? But you can do so much with these, and they join together if you want them. So I'm going to be using Aqua Mist, just to give you an idea of what you can do. And I just think this looks like a snow flurry. And I'm going to come in off the side and just stamp round the edges. Now, I tend to work in a rule of odd numbers anyway, and a rule of 3. So I'll do side, side, middle. So it's not too busy. And just to add different interest, I'll come in with this one in different places. So side, side, and a middle. And we'll do this last one because every little bit needs embellishing. There you go. And from that, you can carry on and do stuff. You could emboss that. So if you're going to emboss, always do your stamping first, because otherwise you'll get a poor imprint with your stamping. And if you want to emboss, you can use embossing folders. You can use stencils. So this, just to show you, this I embossed using our snow fence stencil. And you just use your platform. This is for a Suzie Big Shot. So your platform, cutting mat, then I put the stencil down, then my cardstock upside down, a silicone rubber mat, the textures impressions pad, and run it through my Suzie machine, and you get a really good emboss. So that's always worth doing as well. So that's one idea, and then those would be mounted on here and embellished further. But another idea for you. So if you, there's some products on the market. If you shop around, you'll find various ones. This is a powder, a mica powder, and I sprinkled it onto watercolor card and then really spritzed with water. And what happens is the mica spreads with the water and breaks down into its constituent colours, and you get these amazing backgrounds. And all I've done is cut the right amounts, the right dimensions for my card from the card that was left. And I've got all this left, yay! And you can die cut from this, but you do need to do this in advance because you don't want to be cutting card when it's wet. I used a turquoise one on here and a little bit of pearl as well. So these are slightly darker in tone, but they're going to work really well as my background. But what I want to do is just add in that beautiful flourish, because as I said, I love the flourish, which I've just put down completely. And I'm going to use, let's go for a different one. Why not? Jazz it up. I'm going to go for this really big, sweepy one. Love this. And I'm going to try Aqua Mist again, but I have a feeling it might be a bit too pale and we might have to go up a gear. And that's what I love about the Papertrey inks. You can get that tonal effect coming through because you've got so many different colours. And I'm going to second generation stamp as well. So that means putting it onto the cardstock and then just moving it slightly and second generation press again. I feel it needs one more over here. That'll do. And let's do this one. We are so lucky that we have such beautiful stamps to work with. Right, and the last little bitty stamp at the bottom. One in the middle. There you go. Right, so they were really quick. And then just to finish it all off, and this is a technique that I know that Nicki does, Melissa does, Julie does. So it's, nothing unusual, but it is a really clever technique as a faux mount, because if you have got to save card and to save postage, weight, etc., if you just take a darker ink tone and run it along the edge, and I'm going to go for tropical teal. So that's 2 shades upwards, and I like to use a blending foam, and holder. And when I do this, I always use it completely vertically so that I'm not going to get any ridges. And I start off the piece of card and I work in little circles and bring it round. And it's something that is super quick to do, but it makes a big difference. And I'll show you the difference when I hold it against another piece of card. And by doing little circles, you've got full control over how much or how little you drag into your card.
Hey, Susie, that's
So if I
looking
compare,
beautiful. I love
if I
it.
compare it, yeah, these I love teal colours.
Yes, I've
So if
actually
you,
got teal out as well, so you can see
have
how
you?
different it looks when you use it with water versus using it in the cardstock. It's definitely a little bit darker. And Julie, I just need to tell
Absolutely.
Julie to pick a winner for that $50 gift card. I'm not sure if she did. I didn't see it pop up. If you would pop up who that winner was. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, Julie or Susie.
Excellent. Yeah, you're all right. So I've gone around that one, haven't on that one. You can see the difference. So let's do all of them. So we've got continuity in our card. It's a quick process as well. And the other thing, I always, whenever I die cut something in coloured card, I always ink its edge with a corresponding ink, because it just gives that 3D look straight away. So I'm going to move this messy mat out the way. But ordinarily I would spritz this with water and pick it up onto a piece of cardstock and use it for backgrounds and for die cutting. The other thing to remember is when you've finished inking, wash your fingers as well, because you're going to get ink everywhere. So we've got our background pieces. We're going to put these into position, and I'm just going to glue these down. You can use double-sided tape if you prefer, but look at just adding that background ink effect has given it a dimension straight away. So again, I'm going to use PVA glue. Oh, the lid is incredibly tight on. Remember, it is only a piece of card, so you don't have to go to town. It's only holding itself into place at the moment, so it's nothing major. And the other thing that I tend to do is go over with my bone folder, because then I know I've squidged the glue out, as they say, and it's going to hold its position, particularly as this is watercolor card, so any water in your adhesive will absorb into the card as well, so you want to make sure you've got good contact as you place it down. And this one's going to go on this piece, so miss one and then add it. Now, a good trick is to fold them over, because then you can line up those edges exactly, because we've cut them to the same width, so we know they should be the same. It's cool. And then the last one. So this again is a really good card for using up scraps, all those offcuts of card, of paper that you have, you can just fill in with the gaps. I mean, this background colour would be amazing for a seascape one as well. And with that snowman that you did earlier, Nicki, the snow background strip you could have behind to create hills of snow. That would be really cool. So
That
let's
would be
embellish
really
this.
cool. It's a good way to kind of stretch your dies too. I actually thought about having that hill as for using in other dies because it looks so cute.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm a great fan of anyone who watches the Facebook Lives that we do on a Friday knows that I delve into all of my stash all the time and mix and match everything. So we need some sentiments. Now, I'm going to use the set called Winter Greetings. This is just an amazing set. I'll put it on the back of the card so you can see what it says, because you won't be able to see it on my map. There you go. So we've got thoughts of you warm my heart. May the chill of winter be warmed by friendship, walking in a winter wonderland, sending you warm winter wishes. May all of the beauty of winter be yours throughout the year. Let it snow. Winter is always cozier when we are together. And may the winter winds bring abundant blessings to you and yours. Absolutely fabulous for all sorts of occasions, not just Christmas cards, but also for winter birthdays as well. So I'm going to use Sending You Warm Winter Wishes. And rather than use True Black, I'm going to be using Weather Vane, which I like using the darker greys as sentiment stamps inks because they're less harsh. That, and I love dark chocolate as well. I think not to eat, but to stamp with. I'm going to use some circles that I've cut in pearlescent card, and these are from our nesting circles dies. I mean, circles are an absolute must in my head. With the original sample, I used a different one of those, and behind it, and this curly mount with the little stitch dots, which is so pretty, is Love to Layer Soft Scallops. You've got 3 dice in here, and this one in particular is a really useful topper if you're like me, you're a gift favour box person. Like, so for Christmas I do things like this. It's just the perfect size to fit on the top of those. It's a great tag size for presents as well, but that's a really cute little set. And if you 3D these, you get little flowers, so it's a useful set. And I just used a smaller one of the nesting circles to cut my circle and stamp with. And these were stamped using plum pudding. Yes, plum pudding. So here we go. We're going to use Weather Vane for this one. So I'm just going to apply my ink. And even though it's pearlescent card, these inks are fine on here. So I'm going to try and get it in the middle, but I'm not going to lose any sleep if I don't. That's quite subtle, so that's fine. And let's clean that off. Just grab a wet wipe. The thing with wet wipes, once you've finished, if they're really inky, like the one I used earlier, so this one that's sort of gone all green. So what I do is I leave these spread out on my windowsill so that they dry. And not only are they then anti-static wipes, which is fabulous, but I can also die cut from them, and I've got these beautiful textures and colours. So don't throw wipes away, and certainly never flush them away. They are not flushable. What do I want on here? I want Let It Snow. Let's go for Let It Snow. Again, Weather Vane, and then we're going to come back with our fanciful flourishes. So we've got Let It Snow on that one, and then I'm going to pick up Aqua Mist. Oh, actually, before I do, while I've got Weather Vane on the go, so on the back of my card, you've got to have somewhere to write. So I've got this extra layer here. So it's the same size as your topper. So that's 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. This I've just cut in white card. And I'm just going to use one of the sentiments in this set to add to that. And I'm going to say, let's use a different one. So I've got And I love the fact that these have different fonts within them. They're not just one font. And I'm going to put it to one side just to be different. And then that gives me space to write. And if anyone knows me, they'll know that that is enough for me to write probably a complete essay, because my writing is so small. Right, fanciful flourishes. Let's go in with some of these, and I'm going to use the one that we used on the front, so the long elongated one, and we're going to use Aqua Mist again, because I don't want this to be overpowering. And doing that second generation, we end up with a beautiful effect. Just remember when you're doing the second generation that any part that you haven't hit the deck with is going to be still very inky, so it will be strongest and you'll end up with lines if you're not careful. And then just to finish that off, I'm going to ink those edges of all of these. So let's get them all into place. And I can see you're busy inking as well, Nikki. I'm going to go with tropical teal, so we've got continuity throughout.
I'm inking with tropical
And
teal right now.
there you go.
Yeah, this is a great color if you need it. So yeah, you are doing a great job. I am throwing a card together and we're going to see how it ends up turning out. So let me tell people really quick
But
if they're watching that we've got 10% off of the entire store today at Papertrey. I know that she's probably putting that in the chat for you, but just so you know, make sure you use an affiliate link when you're going. That will also be in the chat. All of these products, we're trying to get them on a list for you after the live stream, but most of them, and I think several of what Susie's using, are on the 50% off sale, which has a link as well. And so just make sure you're checking all of those things. I am currently, if you just want a little update on what my card is, I have embossed from die cuts. So I've created an embossed pattern, kind of like a 3D embossing folder. I've cut out the middle, and I'm going to have kind of a window card where you can see through and see the snowflake on the inside, but not create as much bulk as if I was putting it on the outside. So just a little update, and let's go back to Susie.
excellent. And look, it's looking good, your card. I'm liking it. I love a window card
Yeah,
because it's a twofer.
yeah, it is. It is. Thank you.
So while I've got this one in my hands, I'm just going to stick it down onto the back, because otherwise I'm going to put it down somewhere and lose it. Or die cut it, because I'll look at one side, not the other. So let's put it, make sure you put it the right way up if you've got sentiments on there, because otherwise you'll be handing somebody the most unique card ever, because everything will be, or parts of it will be upside down. So we've got that going on. And we've got our big circles. So now we get to do the fun bit. I love it. Love the fun bit. So the real fun bit is the snowflakes. So I have used some really big snowflakes for this. We've gone for overkill for this one. And I've die cut them already. And I'm going to, again, talk you through some ideas with what you can do with your snowflakes. I've got a whole bunch of them. Or a flurry of snowflakes. So there's the really large one. Now I've die cut in pearlescent for this card, because that's what I wanted. And I always look at the background to see what gives me the best effect. And I quite like the fact that the pearlescent's coming through the centre of this. So I'm going to use my pearlescent ones. But with this one, what I did, just to show you the difference, is I die cut in plain white card, and then I just smeared glue all over my plastic stencil mat, and just dipped it in and make sure the whole of the surface was covered. And then I used some beautiful holographic glitter. Now, I absolutely hate glitter because it gets everywhere. When my children were little, they always used to be eating glitter sandwiches at this time of year, at tea time, and I just hate the mess of glitter. So I love stickles, but glitter is something that I have to contain. It's beautiful, but it's so messy. But if you want to make your own glitter cardstock, if you haven't got it, then that's a way to do it. But I just want this to be subtle, so I'm going with the pearlescent theme for this one. And I'm going to actually glue my snowflake down. Now, because in the UK, our card sizes come up slightly differently, our envelopes are therefore different. So I know I can get away with overhanging the edges on this and still fit in my envelope. And I'm not going to put this on foam pads because I want it to fit. I don't want too much bulk because it's already a stepper card, and I'm only putting glue where it's going to come in contact with my card itself. I'm going to have it at that angle. Make sure you don't push it too far down. The thing I love about this die is that I get these stars cut out as well. So those I've saved to make a card at a later date. And we're going to stick this sentiment on here. So again, I'm only putting glue on the bit that is going to show, and I'm bringing it just to one side. Now you could put these all one in front of another, but I quite like the effect, the zigzag effect. And then we're going to have Let It Snow in the front here. Again, glue only on the bit that sticks. And that's going to overhang here. So they're sort of overlapping. And then we're going to embellish with some of these flakes. So I think we're going to have a snowflake up here. So again, only put the adhesive where it's touching. And we've got a medium size one. Oh, I know what I was going to say, Nikki. When you made your shaker card earlier, I was just die cutting some extra ones of these. And all of the little bits that came out, I had in a pot thinking if only I could teleport them to Nikki, she could put them in her shaker card.
If only we could teleport, wouldn't that be fun? We could sit here and work on the same card.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I have to say we're doing a good job of bringing it all together.
Yes.
I'm gonna put in one sparkly element just to add a bit of pizzazz to my card. Bring it in, and I'm gonna put this guy there. I think. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. But I'm muddling myself up. Let's get rid of these.
Well, I just sprayed pearlescent spray and I got it all over the card, but I also just sprayed all the side of my mat. So I'm doing some cleanup over here too.
Oh wow, yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is
Pearlescent
sparkly now.
spray. Yeah, I remember one year I was spraying everything gold for something or other. So I sprayed it out in the garden, and we had a gold lawn for the whole of the winter. It looked really pretty, but somewhat weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It
I
was
think
suggested that. Sorry,
the
go ahead.
that's the perfect card maker lawn though. You need some like glittery look to your lawn so they
Absolutely.
know what you do, right? As far as
Absolutely.
Julie, I think Julie is answering a question, but I don't know if she saw this. Do we have a nativity set? Yes, there's an amazing nativity set. I do not know if that's on sale, but Julie can pick up that and ask and answer. I've got several cards on social media that show that nativity set. Okay, back over to you, Susie.
Excellent, thank you. And I just realised what I meant to do, which I'm now going to do in retrospect, so it will probably go horribly wrong, is I meant to put some flurries on here. So I'm going to have a go at doing it, which means I'm going to mask a bit. Now, when you're masking, you can use whatever you like. I'm going to go for a bit of post-it note. But I'm going to put it flat, because whenever you stamp, always have everything as flat as you possibly can. I just don't want it to go round here too much. So all I'm doing is just adding in a bit more of these flurry details, just to bring it all together. And I'm almost there. Just stop it going on anything else. Move my bit of paper. So even if you forget to do something or you add in a bit, because let's face it, we all start with a basic plan, but it's always going to change, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's always good to extend the basic plan and get creative. And you often find that as you go through a card process or scrapbooking page, something pops into your head and inspires you, and it's really good to be able to know the tricks and tips on how you can get round things like this, or if you've got a snag somewhere, what you can do. So all I want to do now is just add a little bit more sparkle to this. Let's make it a bit more frosty. Yeah, I love the frost. And I loved your question that you posed for everybody about what's the deepest snow you've ever come across. And I've got two. I didn't respond on the chat because at the time I was multitasking and doing all sorts of other things. But so there were two. One, when I was in my late teens, learning to drive. So over here we learn to drive from the age of 17. On the way to school, we had snowdrifts, and I was driving as a learner driver through a snowdrift that was higher than my car. That was quite scary. But I've also been very lucky enough to drive through in Norway, we've driven through the glaciers, which was an amazing experience. Strictly speaking, not snow, but incredible. So what I want to do now is to add in some embellishments, and I've got some, you can add in gems, you can add in little sequins, do whatever you like at this stage. But I just love, in this one I use the sequins because the sequins I've got this like aurora borealis to it, so it picked up that purpley pink colour. But this time I've got some gems, so I'm just going to tip them out. Far too many. Well, they're not gems really, they are sequiny things, but they're silvery. So I'm just going to put some dots of glue, and it's always better to do your dots of glue where you want things, and then use your pickup tool to put them down with. I love this set because it's got a variety of sizes that instantly adds a bit more interest into your project. Everything's not the same, which I think is super cool. And the other trick is work in odd numbers. So I'm up to 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's have one more down here. There we go. Right, now I can add those. And I'm just randomly picking up.
And Susie, when you're done with this card, is it posted on your Facebook or your Instagram so people can look at it closer, or
Y-
are you planning?
Yeah, I shall post it tomorrow,
Okay.
because it's now pitch black dark
Yeah.
here in the UK.
Yeah. So
So
can
there is no point me trying to take a decent photograph now.
yes.
So I'll take a photograph tomorrow morning and I will post it on my Instagram and Facebook page. So I'm Create with Susie on Instagram,
Yes.
and on Facebook it's just Susie Duncan.
Okay. That's awesome. And Julie, if you can repeat that in the chat if they need it, but it's Susie Duncan and
Yes,
Create with Susie.
Suzie
Yeah.
Duncan.
Suzie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Um,
you will be able to see that full card as well tomorrow on Instagram if you are interested. Currently, what the plan is right now is, of course, we're having 10% off the site. Both Susie and I are making cards at the same time. She's making this amazing step up card, I think is what she called it. So do
yeah.
not miss the 10% off the site wide. It ends at 5 p.m. tonight. Do not miss the Black Friday section that you need the link to get to, I believe, and Papertrey will also put that in the chat for us. But do not miss that link so that you can grab some of those 50% off items. I know she's also got some things I think that are 25% off, so there's just great sales going on at Papertrey. When we end here with the two of us, I will pop back in and do a quick demonstration of what the difference in a cover plate versus an embossing folder is, because we had that question a couple times. So I'll do a quick thing and I'll wrap it up. And of course, we'll draw some more winners as we go along. So let me head it back to Susie so she can continue telling you about this card.
Thank you. I can't believe how we've got through this. It's incredible. So I'm done. We're done. So same card base. So it's a stepper card, and on tomorrow when I put it on Instagram, I will also put the measurements for you as well, so you haven't got to remember them. So this one, they both use the basic nesting circles for the sentiment. This one also had the soft scallops, love to layers. Then we've got the snowflakes. You can use any snowflakes you have, but I love these big snowflakes because they're real statement pieces. I use the textiles paper set to embellish the background of this one. And on this one, I just use some mica powders that I dispersed by spritzing with water and allowing to dry naturally. And then we've over stamped with fanciful flourishes, inked our edges to give this faux mount look, and then we stamped our sentiments. Again, we've done the background with the flourishes so it all fits. Embellished some of the die cuts with glitter, or you can use glitter glue, and then added our sequins and gems, and yeah, we're done.
Awesome.
Really quick, but stand up on a shelf, which is really cool.
Yes, that's very fun. I've never tried that type of card, so I'm super excited to try that out later as well. It looks really fun. And so everybody make sure you're following her on Instagram. If you are in this chat and you haven't hit the thumbs up, make sure you hit that. And then I'm going to pop back in. I will kind of finish this card, but also talk to you generally about the sale. Susie, you told them what all you used, correct?
Yes, do you want me to
Okay.
go back through it all?
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
just I'm card making and trying to listen at the same time. And I know that this products that Susie's using, I believe several of them are on the 50% off. So it's definitely worth checking. Yeah,
yeah,
would you go through it one more time and then I will take over and get you off screen.
absolutely right. Okay, so I'll go from start to finish. So I've used our cardstock in various different colours. Then we've got the big snowflakes, and I know there are lots of snowflakes that we've got on the website, and I can't remember which ones Julia has put on sale, but I used a variety of snowflakes. These two have got they've all got stars in the middle on the ones I've used, so I've saved the stars that pop out. But have a look, just use any you can. Then for the sentiments themselves, on this card I used Love to Layer Soft Scallops as my mount. And for both of them, the white circles, I use the Nesting Circles dies, which are amazing. The actual sentiments, I've used the same sentiment on both cards, but the sentiment set itself is called Winter Greetings.
Okay.
And it does have a die set, but I'm not sure that we've got stock of the dies itself. But I've just used them as stamps.
Okay.
Then the extra thing I used was Fanciful Flourishes, which added in all these squiggly details, for want of another term.
Yes. That looks really good. Thank you. I can't wait to see that on social media tomorrow and checking it out. All right, so I'm gonna mute you and I'm gonna take you off the screen. Everybody give a big
Yep,
thumbs up for Susie. Thank you so much for showing us how to do this.
you're very welcome, and happy crafting, everybody. Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, although it's happened, and Merry Christmas.
Yes. Okay, let's go here. All right, guys. So we are back, and I want you to see what I've been creating here over to the side, but I also have several questions that need to be answered. So I'm going to make sure to do that. Let me pop my face right back up here real quick, just so you can remember who I am. In case you forgot during this whole live stream, right? There is a sale at Papertrey. It is the entire store. It is 10% off. I don't know if she's ever done that before, and it's an amazing sale. It's very generous of Julie. We are going to do one more giveaway, I believe, in this live stream. But right now, what I'm going to do is show you and kind of take some votes on how you think I should finish off this card. But I also want to explain to you what I was doing, because while Susie was telling you about the 3D card, I was also just creating a card on the fly here, and I am playing with this. So I created a window card, and I'm going to put this green back over here, and then I'm probably going to try to find a sentiment that will fit straight across this. But I want to show you some of the things that I did to this paper, so that you can see how I created that look. First of all, I started by embossing with die cuts. So I used some small die cuts, and most of you have, if you have a die cutting machine, you probably have something like this. It's like a rubber plate. So you can press, instead of cutting your dies, you can press them into this foamy type layer and create an image. Okay, so it creates an image there that is pressed into the paper. And so by using that image, I then was able to add some more details. We did a little bit of ink blending around it. I grabbed this foundry wax from Ranger, and I rubbed it over these little snowflakes just to give them a little bit of sparkle, because our background snowflake is so sparkly. I felt like it needed a little bit of sparkle to it. So this card will open. I'm going to put one more layer here. I think it's going to go this direction. And then I'm going to put something over here. I'm going to put a nice sentiment across the middle. But when somebody gets this card, it's not, although it is thicker than a regular card, it's not as thick as it would be if I'd put all these layers on the outside, because I've got a little bit more. So it's kind of like it's an inlaid die cut. Thank you so much, Melanie. I appreciate that. And make sure that you use the links that we have provided in there. The set that I'm using has all of these snowflakes. It's called, I think it's called Perfect Snowflake. I'm looking. Look at all these snowflakes. So I am using Perfect Snowflakes here. I need to get myself a piece of magnet, but look at how many we've got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8 snowflakes in this die, and it's possible that I'm missing one somehow, probably on my desk somewhere. So at least 8, which really gives you a lot that you can use. As far as other things, make sure that you hit the thumbs up, the like, the subscribe. Oh, Dawn, there's 10 feet. Is there 10 feet in Quebec right now? That's amazing on the snow. We've been talking about snow today because, of course, we're using some snowflakes, so really nice. So the green on top, yes, the green on top just kind of gives you some reference, but still allows you to see all of the sparkle and all of this line. So I used a really bright glitter silver background. Then I did some vellum. Vellum is a great way to break up your snowflakes. Like if you just got too much, it seems overly crazy, just add a little vellum layer and it gives it that fluffiness, but still gives you an ability to put one more thing over to kind of tie the card together. So I'm going to add this one with some glue and then probably just a white strip, or I might consider, if I've got a die cut of a sentiment that'll fit, I might die cut it out of that beautiful silver. So I hope that all of you had a great time here today. Let me show you the difference between a cover plate and an embossing folder. I've had that question a couple times during this live stream, so let me show you the difference. I will have a full video on Friday on my channel with Papertrey products. We'll be using these cover plates in 3 different ways, so don't miss that. That's a great way to find out more about cover plates as well. Here is the cover plate that we used earlier. So when people talk about cover plates, they're usually talking about a large die set, okay? This large die set can be pressed into paper and cut that paper out, okay? It can do lots of other things, but that's for a video on Friday. So what happens is that you can use this plate to cut out this front. So you've got a window. Yes, I could definitely make that snowflake an ornament. That's very true. So this is called a cover plate. The difference in a cover plate and an embossing folder is like this. It's made out of plastic and you put your paper inside it and you press the image into it. So it does no cutting, okay? This one cuts things out, this one does not. This creates an impression. So like on the paper, it creates raised areas like this. That's the difference in an embossing folder and a cover plate. So tell me if you still have questions about that or if there's any other things. Yes, that would be, so yes, you could definitely separate this and create an ornament for sure. You could hang it. I actually thought about leaving it unattached and creating some strings to put back through there. They just have to go on the back of the card to still be a window card. So yes, make sure everybody thanks Papertrey. Let's do, Papertrey, do we have one more giveaway in us? I think we might have one more giveaway. Let's just see if she's good with that. I can't remember how many we've given away. You're welcome, Michelle. I hope that helps you understand. Here is something that is embossed. Here is something that uses a plate to cut it out. The other card that would show you that is right here. This is probably a more simple version of what a cover plate is. All of these pieces are connected and you have separate, like you can cut some separate circles and add some little bit of decoration, but it's all cut out and put on another thing. So Papertrey, are we at the end of our giveaways or do we need to do one more? Oh yeah, she says do one more. Okay, so let's go with, let's talk today about, tell me something in this live stream that you learned that you didn't know. It could be, I saw a new color, I saw whatever. Just tell me if there was something about this live stream that you learned and what you got out of it, and answer those questions. She'll pick a giveaway winner from those answers. And I'm just curious too, to see what you liked, what you didn't, what was new to you and all of that. So just pop that in. I'm going to keep working on my snowflake card while we decide on who that winner is. And we will go from there. Make sure when you're shopping today that you use my affiliate link, which if you will hang on for the replay, I will be putting my, the pinned comment will have all this information in it. So it'll probably take me about 10 minutes and I'll get you some more links. You have till 5 p.m. Eastern time tonight to take advantage of the sale. So make sure that you do that if you're going to. This is the only day of sale for Papertrey Ink. So just make sure. And oh good, Michelle said, yeah, learning the difference between an embossing folder and the cover plate. That's cool. Yes, so people didn't know that you had the subscription, so they learned about those card subscriptions, which was really nice. Especially if you don't have a die cutting machine. She die cuts all of these things by hands and creates kits. Yeah, the colors of cardstock that Papertrey carries is are amazing. There are so many good colors. And I will say, as far as price and quality, some of the best out there. It's awesome. So this one is called Tropical Teal. If you're looking for colors, we also used Enchanted Evening. We used right here Blueberry Sky. And on, let's see, what else did we use? The pink, our pink snowflake card used, gosh, we may have to look. This will be on a video on Friday. This pink is also a cardstock from Papertrey. Yeah, learning about the card kits. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad you grabbed a couple colors, Tina. I'd love to hear what you got. And we will be exploring different ways to use those cover plate dies if those are new to you, or if you've gotten some today in this sale and you want to know how to use them, we'll be there on Friday. Yeah, it's definitely a time saver for those subscription kits, aren't they? Yes, thank you so much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we have all of you here. Now, we'll let Julie pick a winner from those comments, and I am going to try to find my little snowflake piece to put on here. I don't know, it might have fallen on the floor. Well, there it is. Okay, the other thing I think I might do with this, if I decide to do a sentiment down here, is I might just add lots of jewels. So I may add a lot of jewels to this. We'll see. So what kind of ink pad is this pad? It is a felt pad, I believe. Yeah, I think it's a felt pad on the ink pad. Okay, R.A. Muradin. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it looks like you are the winner of the last of the $50 gift cards. Please make sure to stop by Papertrey and give them some love. It is a small business, and Julie has been very, very good about making sure that we got lots of giveaways and just supporting our community in general. So make sure you stop by and pick something up if you're looking for Christmas. And I hope that all of you have an amazing day. Congrats. You're supposed to email Julie. She'll probably pop her email in the chat as well. Please share this with as many people as you can because they can still shop till 5 p.m. Eastern tonight on Black Friday. I hope all of you are having a great time. Yeah, Papertrey says that they do felt because it's easier if you tend to over ink. Yeah, and Cat Scrapper, what a win you had today. Goodness gracious. That was amazing. I'm sure that you guys will see this card on social media. Make sure you're following me at Nicki Hearts Cards everywhere. I'm sure that it will pop up in the next few days, probably not tomorrow because I got to decorate a Christmas tree tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much, Emma. I'm so glad. Yes, we really, if y'all love doing this, just let us know. We'll consider doing it again, okay? I had so much fun doing it. It was fun to craft with nude crafters, and I'm so glad we figured out the tech and got it working for the most part. So that's so great. Thank you so much. I hope that all of you have a great day. Feel free to watch the replay if you need to see something repeated, and make sure you shop before 5 p.m. tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern tonight. Thanks so much. Thanks, Kat. Thanks, Tina. All right, have a great day, everybody. I will see you soon. Friday, hopefully. Thanks. She's popping in my affiliate link if you'll use that as well. That would be awesome. Thank you. Yes. Great. Y'all have a great rest of your Black Friday. It was fun spending the afternoon with you. Bye.